Yo, what is up? Can you guys hear me okay? Is my volume good? Am I a little bit too loud? Let's try to put it down here. I think that's a little bit better. What's going on, guys? Hello. Good evening. Hello. Alrighty. We got Phillies baseball tonight as they're taking on the Miami Marlins for game 2. Game dos of this 3-game series. I'm Jason Joseph. As always, this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all having yourselves a great night. Notification gang here. Nice. What's up, Double Watcher? Thank you so much for coming on here. We got a big one tonight. The audio is good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good. I'm happy about that. I love this Roadcaster. It is freaking amazing. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the lineups really quickly. So, all right, we're just about ready to get started with the top of the first. Again, I do apologize. I was a little bit late. I actually have to give my mom a shout out because she's the best, man. Like I called her and I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I'm going to be home in time for me to even like play my countdown timer. And she was right here and she stepped up big time. I love you, Mom. You're the best. And yeah, so alrighty, so we got Jazz Chisholm leading things off. Garrett Cooper is batting second. Luis Arraez is batting third. It's pretty much the same lineup as last night, except that Nick Fortes will be behind the plate today, batting in the catcher spot for the Marlins. So it's Chisholm in center, Cooper and at the DH, Arraez at the second base, Soler batting cleanup over in right field, De La Cruz batting fifth in left field, and right behind him is Yuli Gurriel over at first base, Segura over at third, Fortes behind the plate, and John Birdie batting ninth. And here is Aaron Nola on the mound making his home debut of the 2023 season. And his first victim will be Jazz Chisholm. He didn't have such a bad outing in his last time out, but he did end up getting the loss against the Yankees. The first one was not so good whatsoever. And Chisholm will foul off the first pitch, and we are just underway. All right, so let's update the scoreboard as always. See if it updates. Nope, not updating yet. All right, well, maybe after the first batter it will. So the 0-1 pitch to Chisholm Jr., he takes it outside for a ball. Jazz last night, well, he really struggled to say the least. He did get on once, though. He got a single back in the 7th inning and ended up going 1 for 5 on the evening. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a knuckle curve that was downstairs on the inside corner. Probably would have been a strike anyways. If Aaron Nola can try to keep that type of momentum with the knuckle curve, that's going to be really tough for the Marlins to hit. The 0-2 pitch to Chisholm. A foul ball right behind home plate, and it hits the net. What is up? How we all doing tonight, guys? We got a nice crowd out here. I appreciate you guys for coming on here. Oh, my goodness. Garrett Cooper does wait on deck. I'll get to that in a sec. The 0-2 pitch to Chisholm. Oh, it was on the inside corner according to StatCast, but not according to the home plate umpire. Nola did not get the call. That was a nice fastball. And it's a 2-2 count now. The 2-2 pitch took by Nola. Swing and a miss on a knuckle curve that ended up going into the dirt. And there's out number 1. So Chisholm strikes out for the second time in this series, and Aaron Nola starts things off with a K. That was a beautiful knuckle curve. I mean, that is pretty much just quoting everything that I just said there. Okay, there we go. So now the scoreboard is up and running. Let's put this in full screen mode. There we go. Nice. Nice. Here's Garrett Cooper, and the first pitch is taken over the heart of the plate for a strike. Garrett Cooper got on base 3 times last night. He had an RBI single back in the 7th inning. But he got on with 2 base hits and a walk. The 0-1 pitch by Nola. It's just a little bit inside a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. And it's a 1-1 count. So Chisholm just struck out. Garrett Cooper is up. He's playing over at the DH spot. Luis Arias waits on deck. The hitting machine over at second base. The 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit outside. A cutter at 86 miles per hour. Oh, my goodness. JJ, I really love listening to you. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Y'all are awesome. Seriously, thank you. The 2-1 pitch to Cooper. There's a fly ball out to shallow right field in foul territory. This is going to be a tough play, and it just goes into the stands. It went into the first row and then just bounced right back out on the field, and boom, just gives a little toss-up. And somebody caught it. I don't know who it was. Oh, man. Hope everyone's having a great day. I hope that you're having a great day, Icy Buckets. You know, I really appreciate you coming on here to support the channel. We're growing the community, man, and that's what makes me really happy. You guys are so friendly. You guys are so nice. You've welcomed me in with open arms, and, you know, it means a lot to me. Seriously. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garrett Cooper. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 pitch. Outside and low, a sinker at 94 miles per hour that actually ended up hitting the dirt. So Nola struck out Chisholm, and now he's in a little bit of a jam in this at-bat. And here's the payoff pitch to Cooper. It's on the outside corner, called strike 3. Cooper just threw his bat because he thought it was outside, and honestly, according to StatCast, it was, but Aaron Nola gets the call that time. Back-to-back strikeouts by Nola to start off the top of the first inning. Showing love to JJ, my fellow streamer. You all are so nice. You really are. Wow, that was a nice pitch. But it looked like it was a little outside. All right, so here comes Luis Arias. So Chisholm struck out swinging, and Cooper had a backwards K. For those of you that don't know what that means he struck out looking. I have to be clear with everybody. Because I know not everybody knows as much baseball as I do. With the 1-0 pitch, there's a high fly ball out to right field, and that's going to go all the way and hit the scoreboard. It hit the top of the scoreboard, and Arias will go into second base. Castellanos throws it to Stott, the cutoff man, and there's a 2-out double by Luis Arias. Man, that fastball was over the heart of the plate, and Arias, with his quick bat speed, kind of like Chase Utley, if you will, just got it to go, and it almost went out of here. JT was looking for a pitch that was down low, and the pitch was left out over the middle of the plate. Man, if the right field wall was a little bit more down, it probably would have been a home run. Here's Jorge Soler. He was 0 for last night. Ended up going 0 for 4, and he lifts that one high and deep to shallow left center field, though. And Turner comes in to make the catch. It was a high pop-up, I should have mentioned, and Trey Turner called off Castellanos, and there's out number 3. So they leave a man at second base as Arias gets a 2-out double, and we go to the bottom of the first. The Phillies coming up to bat. Nice. Alrighty. Before what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, okay, so I wanted to get into the Phillies starting lineup really quickly. Then I'll talk to you guys for sure. All right, so Trey Turner will be leading things off for the Phillies. Okay, so it's funny because Bryson Stott is batting 8th tonight. He batted leadoff last night, so the lineup is Turner, Schwarber, who's DHing tonight, JT behind the plate again. Okay, he's back. He's had a day off, and Stubbs was in there yesterday. Castellanos batting cleanup out in right field. Bohm is over at first today. Josh Harrison is out in left field, and Mundo Sosa plays third. Bryson Stott plays at second base, batting 8th, and Jordan Pache out in center field, batting 9th. And they will be facing Jesus Luzardo, who has been he's been a really good pitcher. And honestly, that was in my opinion, that was a very underrated pickup that the Marlins had during the free agency or during the offseason, because this is a guy that can fire a lot of fastballs. His slider looks really good. His off-speed pitches are really filthy. And he had 10 strikeouts in his last outing. So I don't think this is going to be an easy out for the Phillies. I know that they scored 15 runs last night, but I think that the expectation going into today is just to try to make him work. You know, I think that's going to be the main thing that I'm going to be looking for. Can they put up some good at-bats? Can Nick Castellanos and other guys just be patient at the plate? That's going to be the main thing that I look for. Jess, thanks for coming on here. Rhino, I appreciate that, man. Man, thank God I do these lineups during these breaks, because they just like come back in and it's just like they're ready to go. Like, that's literally it. So I'm happy to mix the game quicker, but yeah. All right, Trey Turner will pop that one up into shallow right field. Soler takes a couple of steps to his right side, and he makes the catch for the first out. So in the blink of an eye, there's 1 out in the bottom of the first. Luzardo, 2 starts on the season, a .71 ERA. In his 12 2/3 of an inning, he has 15 strikeouts. He's 1-0 on the season, and also has surrendered 5 walks. All right, here comes Kyle Schwarber now. He's DHing today. He played out in left field last night, and he takes the first pitch over the center of the plate, down the middle for a strike. Kyle Schwarber had a pretty good night last night. He went 2 for 3. He had 3 runs scored and also had an RBI as well. And he takes the next pitch on the outside corner. It was painted perfectly on the lower third of the plate for strike 2. And now Schwarber calls for time. Oh, my goodness. If you guys are new to... oh, man. I didn't expect that to happen. I did not expect that to happen. All right. The 0-2 pitch to Schwarber. Swing and a miss on a 98-mile-per-hour high fastball that was still in the strike zone. So he had to swing at it anyways. And there's out number 2 in the bottom of the first inning. This is exactly what I mean. Just the movement of the pitches and just the velocity that he's able to locate these pitches on. That can be really dangerous for hitters. It's going to be really tough for them to face this guy if he's on. JT takes the first pitch on the inside corner. Another pitch that was just on the inside corner and got the middle part of the inner half of the zone. And it's called a strike. Oh, thank you. The 0-1 pitch. That's way inside for a ball. 98 miles per hour. So nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 pitch to Realmuto. It's called strike 2. Luzardo came back with a changeup that was on the inner third of the inside part of the plate. Castellanos waits on deck. The 1-2 pitch to JT is way up high for a strike, or way up high for a ball. Man, I'm losing track of myself. So Luzardo gets back up on the mound. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch to JT. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And the Phillies do go down in order. 2 strikeouts by Luzardo, and we go to the top of the second inning. Marlins coming back up to bat. It's still scoreless. Alrighty. Hello, guys. Hi. I literally just came home not too long ago. I was actually filming a game. So I don't think I told you guys. So I do freelancing too, like on the side. Like I film games for people. And I do it for I do it for somebody, that I networked with, and I film high school games that are around my area and stuff. And so they had a lacrosse game today. I have a lacrosse game tomorrow too, but that shouldn't interfere with this timing at all whatsoever. So that's why I said a little bit before that I was going to be a little bit late. So but yeah. So I just wanted to let you know about that. If you're new to my channel, okay, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We do Phillies games, we do Sixers games, we do Patriots games, and we also talk about the Flyers as well. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe as well if you enjoy my content, and if you just like me for who I am, or if you don't like me and if you don't like what I do, but you still come on here a lot, you can still feel free to subscribe. I know people that actually do that. Some people actually don't like certain YouTubers, but they still come back because their content they think is so addictive, if that makes sense. Hit you up on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Thanks, Verizon Rhino. It means a lot, man. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat here, man. What else we got going on in the chat? Let's I gotta refresh this. Nope, I don't. Do I have to refresh this? I think I do. Nope, I do not. Gotta grow together, baby. Yes, we do. Always. We're all in this together, and it sounds cliche. It sounds like High School Musical, but it's true. We are all in this together. There's Brad Marchand. Bryce Harper did take batting practice today, so that's a very good sign, and that makes me very, very happy. And I don't know when he's going to come back. I don't think anybody does, but I think it's going to be a lot sooner than what people expected. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Here is Jorge De La Cruz, or Brian De La Cruz, I should say. Jorge De La Cruz was another baseball player that I covered for. He played against Rowan in the D3 Super Regionals. And their first pitch is taken for a strike. Got to get to that 50 follows on Twitch. We can do that. Yeah, for sure. Ground ball over to Trey Turner. Turner gloves it, throws over to first base in time for out number 1 in the second inning. So, I also keep score. I'm a little bit old-fashioned like that. So I actually literally as I'm calling the game, because it's like I'm broadcasting, that's why I started this channel to begin with, because I thought it would be really cool to just get reps and just try to figure out okay, if I'm not doing broadcasting gigs, or if I'm not really getting a whole lot of experience in person, this is a good place to get reps too. So, but I still keep score because they always teach you that in broadcasting, that it's good to keep score while you're calling the game. Just for those of you that are interested. Back to the game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Yuli Gurriel. I'm getting ahead of myself here. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-1 pitch. It's popped up into foul territory towards the first base side. Bohm says that he has it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. That was a nice pitch by Nola just to get Gurriel to get underneath that fastball. So that is a pop out over to first base. And here comes Jean Segura. A standing ovation from the fans again. We love Gene. Is Gene's Jeans still up there? I wish I was a part of that. The first pitch to Segura is taken on the outside corner for a strike. So Segura this season batting .171. He's still looking for his first RBI. He hit the ball really sharply over to Bryson Stott twice and lined out to him in 2 at-bats. The 0-1 pitch. It's fouled off towards the first base side, and it goes right behind the net. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Aaron Nola facing Jesus Luzardo. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch to Gene. There's a line drive over Stott's head out into center field. Pache bobbles it, but then gathers himself and throws over to the cutoff man. Segura's going to try to extend it to a double, and he's out. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what that was, but Gene Segura was out by a mile over at second base. And maybe the base running mistakes by the Phillies a couple of games ago, maybe it's starting to become a little bit more contagious. But nonetheless, we go to the bottom of the second inning. That's funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, man. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe as always. It means a lot to me. It is free, and I give you guys content for free. And if you enjoy it, keep up with all the action, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week that you're not gonna want to miss. Like, I have some cool interviews that I have coming up this week. We have for all the Sixers games. I will tell you that we have, like, what we're going to do is we're going to have pregame shows for every single one of them. And it's always going to be pre-recorded, and I'm going to try to get a guest on. I'm really going to try to get a guest on for, like, most of the games. I don't know how far they're going to go into the playoffs, but I have a really cool guest coming on for the first one at least. People that I've worked with that are in the business now, and that do what I do, that graduated with me, or we have some sort of affiliation from anywhere, that I've worked with. So, yeah, excited about that. Let's see how many people we got on here tonight. It's already 7:01. Can you believe that? It's already 7 o'clock. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. So Segura tried to extend a single into a double. Pache even bobbled the baseball, but I don't know what Segura was thinking there, but he was going to be out by a mile over at second base. Got to head back to work, but had to show some love. All right, I'll catch you soon, man. Yes. Thanks for stopping by, as always, dude. All right. So he was out at second base. Out at second. Here comes Nick Castellanos. And he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. On this homestand, he's 6 for 14. He also has 4 doubles. And the 1-0 pitch to Castellanos. He rips it foul down the right field line. Castellanos has been a hitting machine over the last couple of games. The 1-1 pitch, a line drive back up the middle for another base hit. And Chisholm will field it, and he throws it over to Segura, but Castellanos gets on with a leadoff single, and that's the first hit on the night for the Phils. So Nick is picking back up where he left off. He's now 4 for his last 6. And here's Alec Boehm, who had 6 RBI last night, including a 3-run home run, a 2-run double, and an RBI single. Boehm will line that one down the right field line, and it's a foul ball, not by much. And Jorge Soler threw it up to a fan in the first row on the right field side over the scoreboard. Man, Boehm's power has really shown over the last couple of games. The Phillies in their regular pinstripes. Boehm wearing his red long-sleeve shirt as well. The 0-1 pitch, check swing, foul ball, and it goes to the first base side. Castellanos is over at first. He got on with a leadoff single. Boehm is behind in the count 0-2. We're scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. The Phillies won last night's game by a score of 15-3. The 0-2 pitch on the inside corner, called strike 3. And Alec Boehm goes looking at a 99-mile-per-hour fastball that just painted the plaque. And he could not have thrown that any better, Jesus Luzardo. And that's his 3rd strikeout now on the day. And Boehm goes back to the dugout, takes off his helmet, and he's retired. Here comes Josh Harrison. He's playing out in left field, and he takes the first pitch at the knees for a strike, another fastball at 98 miles per hour. 1 hit for Harrison on the season, but he does tend to hit well against the Marlins. The 0-1 pitch, well, that made him certainly look fooled as he swung on and missed at the changeup that was outside and low and was very early. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. Luzardo looks back over at first base, and the 0-2 pitch to Harrison. There's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. It just got through the hole. And it was a high pitch, too, that Josh Harrison got jammed on, but he ended up getting a base hit out of it, and the Phillies will certainly take that. So that puts Castellanos over at second base. Yeah, it was a high fastball, and that probably would have been called a ball if he just would have laid that one off, but did a good job of getting on there. And he has a little signature stance over at first base. So that'll bring up Edmundo Sosa. Check swing. Did he go? According to the first base umpire, they say that he did. Over at first base tonight, we got Nate Tomlinson. The 0-1 pitch to Sosa. It's a little bit inside, not by much. It's 1-1. John Lipka over at second base tonight. He was the home plate umpire last night. Tomlinson over at first, and the 1-1 pitch is outside and low for ball 2. So behind the plate is James Hoy, who was the second base umpire in last night's game, and DJ Rayburn is still over at third base. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sosa. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Luzardo with the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a 98-mile-per-hour sinker. That came back into the strike zone. Beautiful night out at Citizens Bank Park. The 2-2 pitch to Sosa. There's a high fly ball out to left field, and it just hooks foul. What a catch made by that fan, too. Oh, my goodness. He took his hat out and just had a little how do you do. That was a beautiful catch. So we reset now, and Sosa's still up. Runners at first and second. 1 out in the bottom of the second. It's still scoreless. Sosa will pop that one up, and it goes back behind the screen. The Phillies had 44 batters that came up to the plate last night. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A 98-mile-per-hour fastball that Sosa could not catch up to. And there's strikeout number 4 on the night for Luzardo in just the bottom of the second inning. Telling you, that fastball is so deceiving. Soon as he throws it, you just don't know sometimes where it's going to land. That'll bring up Bryson Stott now. He takes a look at the first pitch, which is another fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Stott has been the best hitter on the Phillies so far this season. Castellanos over at second, and over at first is Harrison. The 0-1 pitch. Looked like it was just taken outside, and not by much. So it's an even count at 1-1. Castellanos takes a pretty big lead off at second base. Luzardo with the 1-1 pitch. It's popped foul behind the plate, and it hits the net. Marlins will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in the top of the third. The 1-2 pitch to Stott, way up high for ball 2. Stott doing a good job of not chasing that pitch. On deck is Jordan Pache. You say Pache or Pache? I say Pache. 8 seconds left. And Stott will ground that one back over to Luzardo. He knocks it down, throws it over to first base with an underhanded throw, and there's out number 3. So the Phillies leave 2 base runners over at first and second, and they can't get anybody home. And we go to the top of the third inning. It's still scoreless at the bank. There we go. G3-1. No, sorry, that was a G1-3. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, we got a really cool schedule coming up, and I'm really stoked. See, we got 15 people now on here. Hello. For those of you that are just tuning in, if you're tuning in for the very first time, as always, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. I actually used to call Delaware Bluecoats games, and it's funny because they just ended up winning the NBA G League finals this year. I called their games for 2 years because I graduated from Rowan, and the Bluecoats have a partnership with Rowan University and Rowan Radio, and that was such an honor that I got to do that. And I also had the opportunity of calling Wilmington Blue Rocks games, which was also really nice. The Blue Rocks are the minor league high A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. And I interned at NFL Films after I graduated from Rowan last year. And I interned there for the full entire football season, and I had a really cool experience. But then I said to myself, like, as great of an experience as this is, I'm missing something that I truly love, and that's calling games. So, I mean, I still do freelance for people, and I still call games, like, in Atlantic City or, like, in Mays Landing some of the time. But I wanted to do something that was more consistent, too. So I've been coming on here. We've been doing this for about 4 months, and if you like my content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and keep up with all the exciting action of what's to come on Play-by-Play with JJ. Here we go. So we go to the top of the third inning. Nick Fortes will be leading things off as he's relieving Jacob Stallings today from his duties behind the plate. And the first pitch is taken for a high strike on the outside corner. Fortes only batting .143 on the season. Not too many at-bats, though. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-1 pitch is a little bit outside. Fortes batting on the right side of the plate. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock again. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive back to third, and it's caught by Sosa. Sosa was playing towards the line, and I got to tell you, Fortes hit that one absolutely sharply, and Sosa wagging the finger saying, no, 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 like Dikembe Mutombo. Didn't even have to move a whole lot. That was a screamer that came right at him, and Sosa got down on one knee, over to his right side, and made the catch. And now that'll bring up John Birdie. And he takes the first pitch down low for a ball, a changeup at 86 miles per hour. Birdie last night ended up going 1 for 3 on the day. He did single back in the 5th inning of last night's game. The 1-0 pitch is popped back behind the screen, and it's now a 1-1 count. You know, I think my favorite night that I've been doing, that I go to the game, I love Hatfield Dower Dog nights. Those are my favorite. The 1-1 pitch, downstairs and outside for ball 2. Thanks for streaming. I live in LA and need to hear the play calls. I got you, man. If you like Phillies content, man, I'm almost on here. Gonna be on here a lot. The 2-1 pitch to Birdie. There's a high drive into center field. Going back to the center field track is Pache, and he runs out of room, and it's gone. So John Birdie hits his first home run on the season, also gets his first RBI, and the wind was picking that one up. And it just got out of here. 417 feet on 103 miles per hour exit velocity. And the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. It was a breaking ball that did not break, and it just landed over the middle, and Pache turned over his right shoulder and barely ran out of room. So now the Marlins hitters are starting to get a little bit of a taste of Aaron Nola, and Jazz Chisholm comes up. And it's a 1-0 count as he takes the first pitch down low. Chisholm did strike out to start off the game. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-0 pitch by Nola. It's fouled off behind home plate. Those are the types of pitches that Nola has, thrown in his career. And if he'll throw a really good first inning, or he'll have a really good first 2 innings, and then there's just that 1 inning where he just slows up. Yo. What's up? The 1-1 pitch. It's at the knees for a strike. He went with a changeup that time at 87 miles per hour. And Chisholm took it all the way. So a 1-0 lead on a solo home run by John Birdie. That just happened for the Marlins. The 1-2 pitch to Chisholm. Swing and a ground ball over to shortstop. That's going to be a tough play for Turner. Turner backhands it, throws over to first, and it's not in time. Chisholm just beats it out by maybe half a step. Wow. Trey Turner did everything he possibly could. He backhanded it and made a little sidearm throw while he was in motion, and with Chisholm's speed, there was just no way. It's going to be really tough, actually, for him to get him out. Not saying that there wasn't any way, but let's see here. The throw was actually perfect, and they might want to look at this. Nope. Chisholm just beat it. It was actually, I thought it was a little bit closer in replay, but nope. That's an infield single by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And here comes Garrett Cooper, the Phillies killer. He grounds it over to the third base side, and it's just foul. Come on, Phillies. We blew them out of the water yesterday. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. That's the spirit, Dorian. Roblox, I got you, man. What's up, Brett? Thanks for coming on here, my guy. The 0-1 pitch by Nola to Cooper. Well, before that, he throws back over to first base to keep Chisholm Jr. in check. Looked like he was just ready to wind up, and then he just threw it back over to first base in that motion. It was a little deceiving. Now the 0-1 pitch. Chisholm does go. It's down low for a ball. The throw to second base to try to get Chisholm is not in time. And Chisholm does steal second base. That's why he's one of the fastest players in the league. Speed helped him get on base, and, well, now it puts him in scoring position. And JT had a pretty good throw for what it was as well. It's just that with the timing of Nola's windup and just with Chisholm's speed, it's just really tough to try to get him caught on the base paths. So it's 1-1 to Cooper. 1 out in the top of the third. The Marlins lead 1-0 on a solo home run by John Birdie. The 1-1 pitch. Cooper lays it off as it was outside and low for another ball. Garrett Cooper was traded from the Yankees a couple of seasons ago to the Miami Marlins, and, well, the Marlins got a steal out of him. The 2-1 pitch to Cooper. Outside and low for another ball. So Aaron Nola has thrown 38 pitches in just 2 1/3 of an inning. Again, he started off great in the first 2 innings, and well, in this inning alone, he has hit 15 pitches. Chisholm over at second. The 3-1 pitch to Cooper coming underway. And Nola looks back at second base. And he takes a quick step off. So he will reset here. -69 at Citizens Bank Park. Last time I checked. The 3-1 pitch by Nola to Cooper. It is just over the middle of the plate for a strike. Maybe a little bit higher. But nonetheless, it's a strike. And now it's a full count to Garrett Cooper. On deck is Luis Arias, who got on with a 2-out double back in the first inning. The payoff pitch by Nola. There's a ground ball that ricochets off the glove of Sosa, and everybody's going to be safe as the throw over to first is late. I mean, Cooper certainly hit that one hard. Chisholm does stay over at second base. Sosa tried to backhand it, and it ricocheted off of the bottom of his glove as he leaned the bottom of the glove up and just was not able to get over there. He actually almost collided with Trey Turner. So it's going to be scored as an E5. And now we have runners at first and second. But the good news is there is a chance of a double play if the ball's hit towards the infield. Chisholm still at second. Cooper now over at first, who got on with an E5. And Arias will take the first pitch at the knees for a strike. A knuckle curve at 79 miles per hour. Would like to see him throw those types of pitches a little bit more, because those pitches can be really accurate when he's throwing it. The 0-1 pitch to Arias. There's a high fly ball into center field. Pache gets underneath it, makes the catch, draws the throw over to third base, and Chisholm won't even go. It was a good throw that was cut off by Trey Turner, and now there's 2 outs in the top of the third inning. So that'll go down as an F8 by Arias. He hit that one pretty well, but was just right at Pache in center field. Wasn't deep enough. Here comes Jorge Soler. Runners at first and second. It's the same sort of scene that was played in the top of the first inning of last night's game, except the Marlins have a 1-0 lead now. The first pitch is down low. It was a changeup at 89 miles per hour, and it hit the dirt. Soler flew out to left field in his last at-bat. So he's 0 for 1 on the day, 0 for 5 in the series. And the 1-0 pitch to Soler. It is way up high, as JT had to get into a standing position. And it's 2-0. Nola with 44 pitches. Over 20 of them now have been in this inning. The 2-0 pitch to Soler. It's fouled off toward the right field side, and it goes out of play. So Birdie hit a solo home run with 1 out in the top of the third, out to dead center field. Chisholm then got on with an infield single, stole for second base. Cooper then got on with an E5, and Arias flew out to center field. And Fortes started off the inning with a line out over to third. The 2-1 pitch to Soler. It's popped up into shallow right field. Castellanos takes a couple steps over to his right, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So John Birdie helps the Marlins give them a 1-0 lead, but the Marlins do leave 2 on the base paths, and we go to the bottom of the third. Phillies coming up as they trail 1-0. There we go. 3 outs, baby. F9. Okay. Nice. Why is my scoreboard not updating? I apologize about that. I wish somebody would have pointed that out to me. That's a little bizarre. All right, well, we refreshed it. Okay, so now it works. There we go. All right, so now it's better. I love this scoreboard, man, because I don't like using ESPN's because I think it's like a little bit too big, and in all honesty, like I like the diamond showing and all that sort of stuff, but I think it's like I don't know, I just don't think that it fits mine. You know, if that makes sense. I think that everybody has like their own style, and I just think that with the way I describe it, I think that it's a little bit more accurate than just a visual, if that makes sense. It's better on CBS. Is it? The other thing too is that CBS might be ahead of me and ESPN is always ahead of me as well. And I don't like taken away from my call because like when I'm calling a game, like I want to see the action for myself and not have to like rely on, something that's ahead that can tell the future, because then that defeats the purpose of me calling the game. So, but CBS is always ahead of me. That's why I don't use CBS because I do like their score bug. I do. They're just always ahead. And Google is always behind. For some reason. That's just how it works. 9-1-2 coming up for the Phils. As Luzardo's still out there on the bump for the Marlins, going back out there for his third inning of work. First pitch to Pache. He takes it just a little bit up high. First for a ball. I almost said strike because it looked like it was just in the zone, according to StatCast. But James Hoy has something else to say, and something now going on over here as a piece of technology fell out of Luzardo's ear, and now the home plate umpire is just talking to him, and now we play on. Pitch clock has not reset just yet. They have to get the technology thing right because it just seems like almost every game that there's something wrong with the technology and that delays the game. But that wasn't a big delay. The 1-0 pitch to Jordan Pache. He'll ground that one over to third base. Down the line's a fair ball. And he will go into second base. De La Cruz will get over to it, and he is in there with a stand-up double to start off the bottom of the third. Kind of hesitated a little bit as his helmet came off, and they didn't even show where he was, so I was a little confused, but he just got in there. So we start off the bottom of the third with a leadoff double by Pache. That puts the tying run over at second base for the Fightins. Oh my goodness, what's going on there? Trey Turner comes up now and we flip the lineup card for the first time tonight in the Phillies batting order. And the first pitch is fouled off to the right field side, and it hooks into foul territory. The 0-1 pitch. There's a pop-up over to shallow center field. Chisholm gets underneath it, takes a couple of steps towards home plate, and makes the catch for the first out. And Chisholm had a really good throw over to Segura. Man, that was like right on a line. And Pache, I think he was giving him a taste of his own medicine when he was over at second base to just draw up a good throw. He was like, you had a good one, but let me throw it better because I can. And now there's one out in the top of the third. Did they just call it the Harry Kalas broadcast booth? I think that's new because they never called it that before, and it should be because Harry was the voice of the Phillies. I loved Harry Kalas. He's the one that really inspired me to do this. First pitch to Schwarber was a ball. The second pitch, he swings and misses at the high cheese fastball at 97 miles per hour. So Pache over at second base. 13 seconds left on the pitch clock. One out. The Phillies trail 1-0 in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed on the changeup that was in the dirt. And it fooled Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber struck out in his first at-bat. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-2 pitch is fouled back behind the plate. Wonder if Pache maybe might steal here. I don't know. The 1-2 pitch. Lined foul towards the first base side. Nice play by the ball girl. She actually just took it away from she didn't take it away, but one of the fans over there was just gonna get over to it, and she didn't even see him. She just got it. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove by Kyle Schwarber. As he goes down, striking out on another changeup that just got into the glove of Nick Fortes, and there's out number 2. So Pache got on with a leadoff double. Turner then flew out to center field. Schwarber would then strike out, and it leaves things up to JT. And the first pitch that he sees is way up high for a ball. Realmuto had the night off last night as Garrett Stubbs was behind the plate and seemed to be a little bit banged up last night. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul ball that just ricocheted off of JT's left foot. Luzardo was playing it like it was a fair ball. Trying to deceive everybody. He's been cruising along so far, besides the double that was given up to Pache. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. And it's a 1-2 count to JT Realmuto. The 1-2 pitch to JT. A ground ball over to second base, a slow roller. This could be a tough play to throw over to first, though, is in plenty of time for out number 3. So a leadoff double by Pache, and they leave him over at second base. That's the third base runner that the Phillies have left on the base paths. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Phillies still down 1-0. Okay, so JT grounded out to second base. All right. Let's take a sip of water. It smells so good. I cannot wait for dinner tonight. We're having some steaks, some potatoes. It all sounds good. Yes. Yes. So we're going to be back on tomorrow afternoon. It should be a lot of fun. Zach Wheeler is playing tomorrow. Hopefully he has a good outing because I expect him to be better. I just do. Am I asking for too much, or let me know down below in the comment section what you think. Do you think that Zach Wheeler will and should have a good outing tomorrow and go at least 6 innings? 6 innings. I'm going to say it right now. 6 innings, because we haven't had a pitcher that has gone at least 6 innings this year. Just saying. Yeah, the Harry Cowes booth, and then the Rick Whitey booth. Rick Whitey Ashy? I don't remember him. He was probably before Harry. Ugh. We got 19 people on here. Cool stuff, man. Nice. All right, so Aaron Nola back out there on the bump. I'm Jason Joseph. For those of you that are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you love the Phillies, and if you love them as much as I do. I come on here a lot, and we do a lot of Phillies content. We're also going to be doing a lot of Sixers playoff games, so if you're into that and you're interested to see what kind of guests we have, I'm telling you now, you're in for a treat. You really are. I think you're really going to like our guests. All right. So here comes 5, 6, and 7 for the Marlins. It'll be Brian De La Cruz, who grounded out in the 2nd inning. Then it'll be Yuli Gurriel, and then Gene Segura after Gurriel. The first pitch to De La Cruz is on the outside corner for a strike. Nola had not the best inning in the 3rd, but thankfully he only gave up 1 run. The 0-1 pitch to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss on a knuckle curve. Time it was outside and low. And it would have been a strike anyways. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch by Nola. Line drive over to second base. It's actually played on the hop. And the throw over to first is in time. For out number 1. Nice play by Bryson Stott. So that ball was hit pretty sharply. And it just hit the ground as soon as it almost went into his glove, and he played it on the hop. So De La Cruz is retired, and that'll bring up Yuli Gurriel now. Gurriel had a home run in last night's game. Start off the top of the 7th inning, and he will look at the first pitch for a ball that was outside. Gurriel popped out over to first base in his first at-bat. That was back in the 2nd inning. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock and the 1-0 pitch. He pops it up this time towards the third base side in foul territory. Sosa runs out of room, and it just goes over the third base dugout. Into the first row, and then it bounced all the way to like the 9th row. Ugh. The RAV4th inning for Toyota. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch. That time it's popped up again into the same spot. It's in foul territory, and man, Sosa just got over to there, and he made the catch on top of the camera. I thought maybe it was going to hook behind the net. It looked like it was in the same spot, and Sosa just had enough room to make the catch. And there's out number 2. A foul out over to third base, and well, the camera operator over there must certainly be happy that Sosa caught it, because if he would have dropped it, that would have hit the lens. Hopefully they have insurance on that. They probably do. Here's Gene Segura. And he'll take the first pitch outside and low. Segura had a single back in the 2nd inning. That was the second hit that was issued by Nola. And he bunted that pitch, and it's foul towards the third base dugout. Segura had the right idea there, but showed bunt a little bit too late. My eye is so itchy. You guys ever get like itchy eyes? Like that's like a common allergy for me. I hate it. The 1-1 pitch to Gene. And Gene will slice it foul. Nobody on in the top of the 4th. The Marlins lead on a solo home run thanks to John Birdie. That was back in the top of the 3rd inning. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Segura in the top of the 4th. Nobody on, 2 outs. Hey, what's up, Snowman? Thanks for coming on here, man. The 1-2 pitch to Gene. Swing and a miss on a cutter that was way outside. And Aaron Nola gets a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Fightins. How about that, man? That was an off-speed pitch that he threw him, and he fooled him, to say the least. Fly, Eagles, fly. You're an Eagles fan? I thought that you were I figured that maybe you were not a Bears fan, but like a Minnesota fan. Jess, I didn't forget about you. What's up, Jess? What is up, Jess? Hello. If you guys are new to my channel, as always, be sure you like, be sure you subscribe, be sure to also hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I either A, go live, or B, when I upload a podcast, which I might be doing tonight. And I will be doing tonight, not might be doing. I'm doing a Flyers cast tonight. I was supposed to get a guest on, but unfortunately the guest had to reschedule with me. So, but that's okay, because we're still going to go live. How's everyone doing tonight in the chat? Yeah, that's a good question. How is everybody doing? I know that Jess has been here. Doris has been tuning in. Brett is here. Brett's the man. Doris is the man. Everybody's the man. I feel like JJ, you're the man. We got 19 people on here. Nice stuff. I'd like to see how many people we have on Twitch tonight, if there's a way I could do that. The one thing I don't like about Restream is that I can't always tell like how many viewers are on like from all the platforms that I use. You know? So like I can't see like what's on Twitch. I have to physically go to the website, and YouTube is like my biggest platform. So Castellanos comes up, and he'll take the first pitch inside for a ball. Jesus Luzardo still out there on the bump. He has struck out 5 batters tonight and hasn't allowed a run just yet. The 1-0 pitch to Nick. He fouls it off. And it's a 1-1 count now. Castellanos got on with a single to start off the top of the second, or the bottom of the second inning, I should say. And he lays that pitch off for a ball. It was in the dirt and inside, a slider at 87 miles per hour. Two balls, 1 strike to Castellanos. And he fouls that one off behind home plate. Catches his bat. And it's a 2-2 count now. Infield not playing too deep. Neither is the outfield. They're playing him at normal defensive depth here. The 2-2 pitch by Luzardo. And Castellanos lays it off as it was a slider that broke way too soon and it landed in the dirt. That is a beautiful view from Citizens Bank Park. The payoff pitch to Nick. A line drive, and it just goes foul. It was going down the third base line and it went onto the left side. So the count still remains at full. Luzardo lines up, and the 3-2 pitch to Castellanos up high, and Castellanos gets on with a leadoff walk. So that's the third straight time that the Phillies have gotten a batter aboard. It's the third straight inning, I should say. They're showing what Alec Boehm did last night as he got 6 RBI. And he has the chance, if with one swing, to put the Phillies up by 1 here. The first pitch to Boehm is way inside. A changeup at 89 miles per hour that almost hit his left foot, and he got out of the way of it. Boehm playing over at first. Sosa is over at third base tonight. The 1-0 pitch to Boehm is popped up as he gets onto one knee, and it is foul behind the plate. That necklace that Boehm wears, I've always liked that necklace. I always thought that was really cool. The 1-1 pitch to Alec. Ground ball, and this could be 2. The throw over to second, there's 1. The throw back to first is in time for a 6-4-3 double play. And there's 2 outs with nobody on in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just what the doctor did not have to order. As Boehm grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. It was a routine play. And the ball was flipped from Birdie to Arias all the way to first base to Gurriel. And that'll bring up Josh Harrison. First pitch up high for ball 1. Harrison singled back in the second inning. That was the only time that the Phillies had 2 base runners on. 1-0 pitch. That's skied out into shallow right field towards the first base side. Gurriel gets under it in foul territory, spins around and makes a backhanded catch. That was not an easy play whatsoever. He had to really judge just from looking at the lights where the ball was going to land, and he ended up on his back, but he still made the catch for out number 3. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Phillies still down 1-0. So he fouled out. All right, we're gonna take a very, very quick step off, and we're gonna lose if we don't score. I'm gonna take a very, very quick break. I'll be right back in like 25 seconds. All right, I just need to take a sip of water and I have to stretch. So. All right, there we go. Oh, man. In case you guys are new to my channel, as always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, smash it as much as you'd like until the stream breaks. And, yeah. Phillies down 1-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Hopefully they can try to get some runs on the board, but first it just comes back to Aaron Nola, man. The pitching just has to continue to be good. You know what I'm saying? He got into a little bit of trouble in that 3rd when he gave up a solo home run to John Birdie. Then he had a little bit of some base runners on, but he got out of it. And then in the 4th inning, he had a 1-2-3 inning. They're going to need another one of those from him. The game is going by fast. It is. It totally is. Nola with the first pitch in the top of the 5th. It's taken right at the knees for a strike on the inside corner. A knuckle curve at 87 miles per hour. Fortes is up. It's 8-9-1 coming up for the Marlins. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-1 pitch by Nola. Check swing. It was outside, and they don't even appeal, and the home plate umpire says that he went around. James Hoy behind the plate. He was over at second base last night. No balls, 2 strikes, and the windup and the pitch by Nola. A foul ball that just got a piece of JT Realmuto. Thankfully, it was in the chest area, so he has to walk it off. And I believe it also got a piece of James Hoy, too. Yikes. So Realmuto was just walking things off. Thankfully, he has that pad. Let's take a look at the replay here. Oh, but didn't even hit him on the chest pad. It actually hit him on the right knee. And there's no protection where that was hit. Yikes. No balls, 2 strikes to Fortes. And the windup in the pitch by Nola. Way outside for ball 1. Fortes from DeLand, Florida, is 26 years old. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he goes down swinging on an 87-mile-per-hour cutter that was in the dirt. So Fortes goes down swinging as we're in the top of the 5th inning, and that's the first out. Nobody on. And the Phillies are trailing 1-0 thanks to a solo home run by John Birdie. And here he is at the plate with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch is outside, but they appeal and they say no swing. So that makes it a 1-0 count. Nola has 62 pitches on the evening so far. We're not even through the 5th just yet. Had a little bit of trouble in that 3rd. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken on the outside corner for a strike. A sinking fastball at 94 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock on the 1-1 pitch. A comebacker that is caught over the middle for out number 2. Came back right over to Nola, and he made a nice play. Top of the 5th inning, 2 outs, nobody on now. That was a nice play that he made there. And that'll flip the lineup card as Jazz Chisholm comes up. Chisholm Jr. had an infield single, and he stole a base back in the 3rd inning. And he fouls that pitch off behind home plate. Yo! What's up? What's up? What's up? I told you he was winning right now. The 0-1 pitch to Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's taken inside and low for a ball. I don't know. Baseball's not a time game. I don't know how much time's left in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jazz. And Nola with the 1-1 pitch with 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. That ball is going to be hit behind home plate as it's fouled off. I got you, man. I got you sleeping. Just like the Phillies were sleeping the other day on the base paths. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Chisholm Jr. calls for time now as he takes a quick step out of the batter's box. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody on, 2 outs. The Marlins lead 1-0. The Phillies won 15-3 in last night's game, and they trail 1-0 here. The 1-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. And Chisholm Jr. in disbelief as he's arguing with the home plate umpire, and he has to be careful because he got ejected in Sunday afternoon's game for arguing over balls and strikes. And now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So another 1-2-3 inning by Nola, and the Phillies coming back up as they trail 1-0. Man, he was not so happy. Oh, thank you for the subscription. What does that say? Lorda P, was that you? Was that you that subscribed? Because if it was, shout out to you, man. And I call everybody man, so thank you if that was you. Oh, wait, I actually got the notification here. Yeah, Lord Nopi. Yeah, it was you. Shout out to Lord Nopi, man. Thank you for subscribing. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I either A, go live for a Phillies game, a Sixers game, or a Patriots game, or any type of a cast involving any of those teams, including the Flyers as well. And that way you'll know when I upload. 190. Good stuff. Good shit. All right. Who's coming up for the Phils? It's been a quiet night for them. They got to make some noise. They got to wake me up. I might have to also do some eye drops tonight because my eyes are starting to get really, really itchy. And it's allergy season now, so. Proud to be from Philly. That's a cool sign out in center field. I like that. Huh. It's really nice. I want to make sure when I'm looking at the camera, is it right here? Or is it right here? Because when I look over, nope, it's definitely right there. I'm looking at the camera now, right? Hi. Secret Person D, thanks for coming on here, man. Let's go Phillies. Sosa takes the first pitch for a strike. The 0-1 pitch to Sosa. He lines that one out to right field, and Soler catches it as he only has to move maybe about a step or so towards his right side. So Sosa hit it sharply, but it was just right at Soler. And there's one gone in the bottom of the 5th inning. So in case you're just joining us, John Birdie hit a solo home run back in the top of the 3rd inning to give the Marlins a 1-0 lead. That was the only run surrendered by Nola. And the Phillies trail 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Bryson Stott. The first pitch is inside and high for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken at the knees on the outside corner. A 95-mile-per-hour fastball as Jesus Luzardo is still out there on the bump. Gotta still mention that. The 1-1 pitch. That's lined foul towards the third base side. So Luzardo has had himself a pretty effective day as he has 6 strikeouts in 4 1/3 of an inning. The 1-2 pitch. That's lined down the left field line. It's a fair ball. De La Cruz cuts it off and makes a good throw into second base, and Stott has to go back to first. He took a wide cut, but thankfully he just decided not to go over to second base. De La Cruz made a really good play out of that, and that easily could have been extra bases from Stott. But with the way that De La Cruz was hustling towards that left field side wall, there was no chance that Stott was even going to get into second base because there was even a good throw over to John Birdie. So Stott gets on with a leadoff, or with an opposite field single, and there's a line drive, a little comebacker over to second base, and there is out number 2. Just like that, so Pache lines out, and Stott has to go back to first base. And that'll bring up Trey Turner now. Trey signed with the Phillies during the offseason, and he takes the first pitch down low for a ball. A good contract. The Phillies, who made it to the World Series, just got better with that move. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch that was in the dirt. So Stott is over at first base. Phillies trail 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Luzardo with the 1-1 pitch. That's popped up towards the infield, and it is skied over in foul territory. And Gurriel comes to make the catch, but nonetheless, it was almost a collision between him and Fortes. But there is out number 3, and we go to the top of the 6th. The Phillies still down 1-0 as they can't even put a run up just yet. Wow. Quick innings. Did I just say the top of the 6th inning? Yes, I hope I said the top of the 6th inning. Yeah. Just got another subscriber. Thank you. I appreciate it. Was that Secret Person D? Is that who just subscribed? If it was you, thank you. If it wasn't you, whoever it was, make sure that you shout yourself out. Dollar Dog Night tomorrow. See, I wish I was I always loved Dollar Dog Night, man. That's like my favorite. But like it used to be on Mondays. Like why did they change that? Like how long has it not been on Mondays? Because I remember like for a long time it was every single Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't me. Oh, it was you. Cole's TV. Thanks, man. Thank you. Shout out to Cole's TV. And not Cole's the store. Cole. Like Cole Hamels. Yeah, Trey can't hit. He can't hit tonight. Now there's like $3 or $4 dog nights. What? Since when? Ugh. Nah, man, there has to be like $1 dog night like a week. Like that's just the thing. Monday nights, man. Can't be doing that like Monday, Thursday, Friday. No, like that's special, bro. What was I gonna say? Forgot what I was gonna say. Well, it's been a pitching duel between Nola and Luzardo, and that's honestly what I expected. I did. I'm happy that Nola has been doing really well. He didn't have a bad outing his last time out, but the first one just wasn't such a good outing by any means. Here's Garrett Cooper as 2, 3, and 4 are coming up for the Fish to start off the top of the 6th. That almost rhymes. Cooper got on with an E5 in his last at-bat. The first pitch was a strike. The second pitch is also a strike, too. It was a cutter that was right at the knees, 86 miles per hour. The signs from JT. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch by Nola. A foul ball back behind the home plate net. 71 pitches for Nola on the evening. He had a little bit of trouble in that third, but thankfully only gave up the solo home run to John Birdie, and that's been the difference in this game so far. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Nola winds up and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball over to second base. Stott fields it cleanly, throws over to first in plenty of time for the first out of the top of the 6th inning. Stott was playing right up the middle, and good job by the defense to just come up with that alignment, because that just means that they did their homework on that. Luis Arias comes up. He doubled back in the first with 2 outs. And he'll take the first pitch, a changeup right at the knees for a called strike. Arias played for Minnesota last season and ended up winning the batting title in the American League. The 0-1 pitch to Arias. He lines that one out to right field, and it's going to go all the way towards the wall, towards the yellow line. He'll go to second. He's rounding second, going to third. The throw over to Sosa is off the line by Castellanos. And now we have a 1-out triple by Luis Arias, who can certainly fly. He was whizzing his way all over to third base. And he hit it so sharply that you just figured that he was at least going to get 3 with his speed out there. A fastball down the middle, and Arias came out of the batter's box hustling. And with the way that it bounced, it actually stayed in that right field corner, and it didn't bounce that far, so Castellanos had to run a ways to go get to it. And now we have a meeting on the mound as the infielders are talking things over with Aaron Nola. There's 1 out in the top of the 6th. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. If you're new to my channel, as always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Phillies down 1-0. They won last night's game 15-3, and it's been a different story today. Man, Arias, like, as soon as he got out of the batter's box, I'd never seen anybody fly the way that he did. I wonder what his time was over to third base. He just, utilized all that speed. Here comes Soler. 1 out and a runner over at third. That's Arias. And Soler swings and misses at the changeup that was down low and inside. He is 0 for 2 today. He's been around. He won a World Series back in 2020 with the Atlanta Braves. And we know how much power he truly has. The 0-1 pitch is way up high and outside for a ball. Also played for the Royals, and even during his younger days, played with the Chicago Cubs. He was a high prospect coming up. He was one of my favorites. 1 ball, 1 strike to Soler. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball. I tell you, between him and Addison Russell, I don't know what happened to Addison Russell. If anyone can tell me what happened to Addison Russell, I would really appreciate that. Comment it down below, because I've always wondered what happened to him. The 2-1 pitch to Soler. It's inside, and JT drops it. But thankfully, it didn't get that far away from him. Yeah, Addison Russell. I used to like him a lot. I remember he got suspended for something, after the World Series, but that World Series team for the Cubs, that was a good team. I know that was after Soler left. The 3-1 pitch to Soler. He rips that one down the third base line, and it's foul. So Arias was in between third base and home plate, and he'll just go back over to third. Nola with 79 pitches on the evening so far. De La Cruz waits on deck. And the payoff pitch. There's a line drive out to left field, and it just hooks foul. And it just hit the first row. Was that a fair ball? Say it was a fair ball. I didn't even see it was fair. I'm sorry about that. Didn't even sure that it was a fair ball. Looked like it hooked foul. Where did it hit? It just got to the line. It just hit the chalk. So that's an RBI double. Didn't even see where it landed. Sorry about that, guys. That's the curse of doing this. So an RBI double by Soler, and Arias comes in to score, and that changes everything. There's still one out. And the first pitch is taken over the heart of the plate for a strike by Brian De La Cruz, who grounded out twice. So it's a 2-0 game in the top of the 6th inning. An RBI double by Soler. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a cutter that was right down the center of the plate. And that just got a piece of the line. Didn't even see a signal from the ump. That's why I thought it was foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 5 seconds left on the pitch clock to De La Cruz, and Cruz will foul that one off. Two to nothing lead for Miami on the RBI double by Jorge Soler. They're up 1-0 on the John Birdie solo home run out to dead center field. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And Nola gets his 6th strikeout on the day. There is out number 2. Time he went back with another cut fastball, and it just broke pretty well. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Phillies do trail 2-0. Soler's still over at second. Gurriel comes up to the batter's box, and the first pitch that he sees, he swings and tries to swing for the fences for, as the pitch was way outside. He's trying to just get a hold of one and was nowhere near the close. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Nola looks back at second base. And the 0-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. And Gurriel will take that one all the way. Phillies down 2-0. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock for Nola, who has 86 pitches on the night. 6 strikeouts, and he has surrendered 2 earned runs. The pitch clock does reset as somebody called for time. Didn't know who it was. 10 seconds now are left on the pitch clock. The 0-2 pitch by Nola. It's fouled off back behind the net of home plate. Not as big of a crowd as it was last night for the Phillies. There's a couple more empty seats you can see behind home plate. But people do have their popcorn out. The wave is going around. Fans are trying to keep themselves into this. The 0-2 pitch, way outside for a ball. Cutter that almost got past JT. Yuli Gurriel, now 38 years old. The 1-2 pitch, he lays it off again. That time it was a fastball at 92. Outside. Spent a lot of his career with the Houston Astros. He's 6 feet tall. From Sancti Spiritus, Cuba. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock to Gurriel. And the 2-2 pitch by Nola. Another fastball that was way outside. And what was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Gurriel. 90 pitches for Nola. He's trying to be the first pitcher in a Phillies uniform this season to go at least 6 innings. Segura awaits on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. There's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. Soler's rounding third. Harrison gets over there, throws over to home plate. It's cut off over at third base by Sosa. And an RBI single will be delivered by Yuli Gurriel. So that makes it a 3-0 ball game. That pitch was just over the middle of the plate. Nola lost control on it. Didn't get it where he wanted it to go. Gurriel, give him a lot of credit for staying in the at-bat and just taking a pitch out to left field. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Marlins in the top of the 6th. And now time's going to be called. Caleb Coughlin is going out there, Cotham, to talk to his pitcher and everybody else in the infield. The Phillies down 3-0 in the top of the 6th. Over at first base is Yuli Gurriel. So Soler came in to score. We have somebody warming up in the bullpen. It'll be Gregory Soto. So they're trying to buy him a little bit of time. All Nola has to do is just get one more out, and then he'll be the first Phillies pitcher to go 6 innings this season. Not a good day at the office for Nola, but not a terrible day if he can get out of this. Gene at the plate as everybody goes back to their spots. Hey, Jess. And the first pitch to Gene Segura. Here it is. Way outside and low. A knuckle curve at 79 miles per hour. It all started with John Birdie back in the 3rd inning. The Phillies, though, they've left their runners in scoring position and have not gotten anybody home. The 1-0 pitch to Segura, swing and a miss on a cutter that was way outside. He kind of tried to get Gurriel to chase one of those pitches, and Gurriel said no to all 3 of them. Well, 2 of them, and then the one was a breaking ball that was outside. Gurriel stands at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. The throw back to first base. As Gurriel dives back in there safely. It's been a slow inning. This is the type of baseball I'm used to. 1 ball, 1 strike to Segura. And the next pitch is taken down the middle of the plate for a strike. Segura looks at it all the way. And Fortes is now on deck. Jacob Stallings is getting the night off for the Marlins. Skip Schumacher did not want to play him and just decided to give him the night off, which is well-deserved for him. Segura did call time, but now he's back in the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Phillies down 3-0 in the top of the 6th inning against the Miami Marlins. Nola with a 1-2 count and the pitch. Outside by a hair, and it's a 2-2 count now. 92 miles per hour on the cut fastball. He offered it to Segura, and Segura said no. He didn't like that pitch. Nola winds up and delivers the 2-2 pitch. That was at the knees, but according to the home plate umpire, it was a little bit low. That was clear as day a strike. Clearly a strike. But nonetheless, it's a 3-ball count. The payoff pitch. Foul ball behind home plate. Gurriel was going over to second base and now has to go back to first. A very slow inning for the Phillies as they're trying to get out of this. The 98th pitch by Nola coming right up. Gets the signs from JT. And the windup, and here's the pitch. A fly ball out to center field. It drops in front of Pache for a base hit. Rounding second, going over to third is Gurriel. And we have a 2-out single by Segura. And that'll put runners at the corners now, and most likely, if you're Rob Thompson, you might want to think about going out there. And he's still going to let him pitch. 30 pitches by Nola in this inning alone. And the 7th man will come up to the plate for the inning, and it's Nick Fortes. So Soto has been warming up in the bullpen for a little bit. The first pitch to Fortes. That's lined foul to the first base side. It hits the net, and it was a rocket. Heads up. Victor, thank you, man. Thank you. Y'all are the best. I love you guys so much. I really do. We're going to be continuing to come on here. I do this for you guys, you know. The 0-1 pitch. There's a line drive back up the middle for a base hit, and Soler, or Gurriel, I should say, will come in to score. And it's a 4-0 ball game. Stopping over at second base is Segura. And 3 runs have been surrendered by Nola in this inning, and the boos are starting to be heard. And here comes Rob Thompson now. So Nola can't even get through the 6th inning, and Soto will come in. 7 men have come up to the plate, and Fortes, if I'm not mistaken, gets his first RBI on the season. So it's 4-0. Here comes Gregory Soto. We have a pitching change as Nola's night is done. The runners over at first and second are still his responsibility, and the Phillies will be right back. Okay, so Nola went 5 2/3, and now Gregory Soto is coming in the pitch. That sucks, man. He was doing so well. He was doing really well. Except he had that hiccup in the 3rd inning. And again, like, why is Rob leaving him out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's as clear as day. After he gave up that RBI single to Gurriel, like, you got to take him out. I'm sorry. I could see it coming. Is it just me, or, like, do you agree? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, man. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I either A, go live, B, when I upload, or C, when I do both, if that even is a thing. Or maybe if I upload a YouTube short. So, we just reached 191 tonight. We actually, you know what's funny? We reached 100 3.5 weeks ago, and we've gotten 91 within the span of 3.5 weeks. It's pretty impressive. It means that we've been doing everything that we possibly can. You guys still here? The chat's been a little bit quiet. Let me know if you guys are still here. I'd like to hear from you guys. I know that Nola just gave us a lot of garbage. Here comes Gregory Soto. He's 1-1 on the season. In his 4 innings pitched, he's allowed 3 hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And John Birdie will come up, the man who started it all. And the first pitch is taken right below the knees for a ball. So Birdie, I should say, had the solo home run back in the 3rd to dead center field. That gave the Marlins a 1-0 lead. JT gives the signs, and here's the pitch to Birdie. It's up high for ball 2. I saw a YouTube short of yours today. Yeah, I'm going to try to upload some more of those. You know, I need to be utilizing that a little bit more. The 2-0 pitch. That's inside and low for ball 3. So Soto hasn't even thrown a strike yet. We're 3 pitches into this at-bat to John Birdie. And well, if Birdie gets on here, that'll load the bases. Phillies trail 4-0. 3 runs have been scored in the 6th. The 3-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner, and it's called a strike. I got to go to the library, keep up the grind, and go Phils. Thanks, Icy Buckets, man. Don't trust Soto yet. Let's see if he gets out of this. The 3-1 pitch. It's inside for ball 4. Well, that's not a good thing. So the 9th man will come up to the plate now as Jazz Chisholm Jr. is the only one that hasn't come up, and now he is due with the bases loaded. Chisholm is 1 for 3 on the evening so far. He stole a base after getting on with a single. It was an infield single. Soto winds up, and the first pitch is taken at the knees for a strike. A slider at 88 miles per hour. He was looking all the way. No balls, 1 strike to Jazz, and the next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. It was also a little bit outside as well. Good job by JT to get the glove out in front of it and put it in the backhand position. So Nola has given up 4 earned runs, and again, the runner over at third is still his responsibility. And second as well. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So it's 1-2 now. Bases loaded. Phillies down 4-0 in the top of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch to Chisholm. It just misses the plate. And it's outside for a ball. And again, man, I know that sounds like a broken record, but I have to wonder if that call would have changed by the home plate umpire, if it would have been a different result or not. Chaz Chisholm, there's a little dribbler back over to second base, and Stott wins the race to the bag for out number 3. So Soto comes in, and the Marlins leave the bases loaded, but the Phillies do trail 4-0 thanks to 3 RBI base hits, one by Soler, Gurriel, and Nick Fortes. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Love how you call games, bro. Brings me back to the old days while watching with my dad. Aw. Thank you. Listening to games. Thank you, man. That means a lot, man. We do Sixers games on here. We do Phillies games. We've been doing this for about 4 months, and I always tell people that, I'm from South Jersey. I started this channel about 4 months ago. I was lucky that I actually called games for the Wilmington Blue Rocks and for the Delaware Blue Coats, and had some really incredible opportunities with them. The Blue Rocks, for those of you that don't know, are the High A affiliate of the Washington Nationals, and the Delaware Blue Coats are the G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. They actually just won the G League championship this year. So I graduated from Rowan. Yeah, we are sleeping. That's why the chat is a little bit dead too, I realize, because the bats aren't waking up. But anyhow, so, no, thank you for coming on here, man, John. I really appreciate it. If you want to continue to tune in, we still got a lot of Phillies baseball left. We're doing Sixers games. We got a lot of playoff games and some cool content coming up. I interned at NFL Films, and I said to myself, as much as I love the internship, I still want to pursue my passion, which is this, calling games, interacting with you guys as a storyteller, and also trying to, paint the picture in your head, but also be descriptive or, be interactive as well, which is not really something that broadcasters really do. So I wanted to come on here to get reps, but also just to, make a community of people. You know what I'm saying? You guys are really cool, and I think that it's also really nice to interact with people. Here's Kyle Schwarber leading things off as Jesus Luzardo sat out for a little bit because the Marlins end up putting up 3 runs for him, and he's back out there on the bump. The 1-0 pitch to Schwarber. It's taken on the outside corner for a strike. We didn't save any runs today. Yeah. Schwarber's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. The 1-1 pitch, that is ripped out to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is! A line drive laser that just got inside the foul pole. And it's a home run by Kyle Schwarber. An exit velocity of 112. And that was about 385 feet or so, and the bell is ringing. And the Phillies are finally on the board. There we go. That was nice. That ball was crushed. It was over the middle of the plate, and Schwarber just got a really good rip of it. That was like a golf swing. I think it actually hit the back fence towards that right field side. There's a ground ball over to third base by JT Realmuto as they just pan back on the pitch, and Realmuto is retired. Hit it pretty sharply, and Segura made a really good play over at third base. But it's 4-1 as Schwarber hit a solo home run out to right field. That'll bring up Nick Castellanos. Man, I'm caught. I just got caught sleeping too, man. Castellanos 1 for 1. He singled and also got on with a walk. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch that was in the dirt. It was a slider. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock by Luzardo. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. The 1-2 delivery. It's in the dirt. So Luzardo, who spent a lot of time with the Oakland Athletics, well, the only thing that's been really keeping them back has just been injuries. He's been showing his dominance, and every time he's healthy, you can see what he does. He just has really good stuff. That's just it's not so easy to get a hold of his pitches. The 2-2 pitch to Castellanos. Line down the third base line. That's a fair ball, and it goes out into left field, but De La Cruz gets over to it, and it's a 1-out single. So Castellanos gets on. A nice base hit by Castellanos, and that's the third time he's gotten on today. Say what you want, but he has been hitting the ball very well in the cleanup spots. Can Alec Boehm join in on the party? He's 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play his last time up. It's a check swing foul ball towards the first base side. I got to tell you, he was guessing on that pitch, and it was right in his wheelhouse. He's behind in the count 0-1. And out in the bottom of the 6th. The throw back over to first. Castellanos gets back, and there was no rush whatsoever. Castellanos does take a pretty big lead off at first, though. The 0-1 pitch. It is called strike 2, a slider, a changeup. That's 87 miles per hour. It looked like a slider, but just caught the plaque at the knees. So now it's no balls and 2 strikes to Boehm. If Boehm gets on, the tying run would come up to the plate. Phillies down 4-1. The 0-2 pitch, but to Boehm. It's laid off as it was in the dirt. A slider that Boehm said no to. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up towards the first base side in foul territory. Gurriel says, I got it, and he makes the backhanded catch for the second out of the inning. So Boehm pops out to a first base. He's now 0 for 3 on the day. If I'm not mistaken, Josh Harrison's still going to be coming up here. I say that because I thought I saw Jay Cave, but nope, it's still Josh Harrison. Excuse me. Luzardo's been cruising along. First pitch to Harrison, though, is swung on and missed. A slider that's 86 miles per hour at the knees. Harrison had a single that was back in the second inning, and the Phillies could not get anybody home. There were runners over at first and second. They left some runners on the bases. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and a good block by the catcher to keep that out in front of him. Nick Fortes. Underrated defense, man. He's been really good behind the plate defensively. Ooh. The athletic trainer, though, does come out to see if he's okay. He was grabbing onto that right wrist. There's Skip Schumacher as well, just to see if he's okay. Castellanos is over at first. In case you're just joining us, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. The Phillies, they won last night's game easily by a score of 15-3. then tonight it's been a little bit of a different story. Aaron Nola got the start. He only went 5 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 4 earned runs. And it started off with a solo home run to John Birdie back in the 3rd inning. And then, after that, he gave up an RBI double to Jorge Soler, an RBI single to Yuli Gurriel, and an RBI single to Nick Fortes. And then Schwarber hit a home run here in the bottom of the 6th. Castellanos over at first. Everybody goes back to their spots. Says everyone's okay. The 1-1 pitch. Did it hit Josh Harrison? Did it hit him? I don't think it did. He tried to get out of the way of it, and it's a 2-1 count. Oof. I wonder if that hit him. Nope, it didn't. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt for ball 3. A changeup that went breaking inside and low. On deck is Edmundo Sosa, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. Harris will foul that one off. And it's a full count now. Luzardo has 84 pitches on the evening so far. Can the Phillies try to add some more runs? 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. Luzardo gets the signs. And the payoff pitch. A line drive, and it's foul to the 3rd base side. Just went over to the left, and Castellanos was hustling. He was already at 2nd base as soon as that ball was hit. It was a fastball down the middle, and Harrison just hooked it foul. I love his beard. He has a really cool beard. I'm a beard type of a guy. The 3-2 pitch. A ground ball that it's backhanded, and it goes right off the glove of Birdie. And it's, I'm sure that they're going to call that an error by Birdie, but they might also call it an infield single because it was hit towards the hole. Birdie tried to backhand it. But nonetheless, we have runners over at 1st and 2nd base. Took a little bit of a weird hop at the end, and Birdie just mistimed it a little bit. And Harrison gets on for the 2nd time today. So let's see what they call it here. So Luzardo and the pitching coach are going out there to talk things over. And we have somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Marlins now. It's Andrew Nardi. So the Phillies will be bringing up the tying run here. It'll be Edmundo Sosa. And now the pitching coach, Mel Stottlemyre, comes out there. That was a very late. I saw him trying to head out from the dugout, and then he literally just went to the mound. That was pretty delayed. What's up, sports boy? What's going on? We're here in the bottom of the 6th, and now everybody goes back to their spots. The chat's been really quiet all of a sudden. Hopefully it gets loud if the Phillies score runs here, though. We got to be happy if they do that. Come on, man. Edmundo Sosa, he struck out and he also lined out. The first pitch he sees, he takes it on the inside corner for a called strike. 97 miles per hour on the fastball. Luzardo is still wheeling and dealing. But he's in a little bit of a jam here. The 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball 1. Did you realize Castellanos got ejected yesterday? No, I didn't even notice that. It's funny. The 1-1 pitch to Sosa. There's a pop-up towards shallow right field, toward the 1st base side, and it just actually ended up hitting the little post there behind right in front of the net. So Gurriel could knock it over there, and it's a 1-2 count. Gurriel made a really nice play over at first base on the play before. It was like back in the 1st inning or so. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luzardo winds up and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Sosa. That one is popped up in foul territory, and it goes into the seats behind the first base dugout. Make us happy, Phillies bats. Yeah, I agree. 24 pitches by Luzardo in this 6th inning. He's reached 90 now. The 1-2 pitch by Luzardo, and it ends up hitting Sosa. It hit him right on the elbow pad, and that'll load the bases. So Sosa gets on, and he'll go to first base. Josh Harrison got on with an error by the shortstop, John Birdie, and Castellanos is over at third base. Here we go. And Edmundo Sosa just held his swing. Yeah. Wow. That'll bring up Bryson Stott, the hottest hitter, and now fans are on their feet. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies trail 4-1 here. Luzardo with the first pitch, and Stott lays it off. They appeal, no swing over at third base. It was down low, a slider at 89 miles per hour. Had to get certification on that, or clarity on that, clarification. Stott singled back in the 5th. Defense at a normal depth here. The 1-0 pitch. It's way up high for ball 2. And Luzardo is starting to lose a little bit of his control here. The fans are making a lot of noise now. It's been a quiet vibe. Schwarber had a leadoff solo home run. The 2-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner. A 96-mile-per-hour fastball called strike. Bases are loaded. The Phillies are down 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Luzardo with the 2-1 pitch to Stott. Swing and a miss on a slider that was nowhere near the strike zone. It was down low, and Stott got fooled. So it's a 2-2 count now. Luzardo with 95 pitches. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch. It's laid off by Stott. It was in the dirt and outside for ball 3. This is the pitch of the night coming up for the Phillies. A full count to Bryson Stott. On deck is Jordan Pache. Can Stott get on here? Luzardo winds up in the payoff pitch. It's fouled off behind home plate, and it goes into the stands. Even my heart's starting to race right now. Fans still making a lot of noise. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock. Luzardo winds up in the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive out to left field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. And now everybody is going to move up a base. Stott almost gets picked off, and he is gunned out at first base. Oh, my goodness. He rounded the corner, and he went back to first, and he did get picked off, but 2 runs do come in to score. It was a 2-run RBI single by Bryson Stott, and Rob Thompson may want to challenge this. So it was a throw over to third base by the left fielder Brian De La Cruz, and Segura, good recognition by him to realize that Stott was off the bases, and he tried to go back into first base, and it looked like initially, according to my eyes, that Gurriel tagged him a little bit late. But that was not the case. But nonetheless, it is still a 4-3 game, and as of now, we go to the top of the 7th inning. A 2-run single by Bryson Stott and a solo home run by Kyle Schwarber. Sorry about that. More bad base running. Yep. And I don't even know if they're going to challenge it. I did see the hold signal. But, man, like, those things, like, I'm telling you, come on, man. I didn't even think he was going to be out. And he was caught into a pickle right there. But it is 4-3. That is the good news. Stott came up big with a 2-run base hit. I thought maybe 1 run came in, but everybody was running, thank God. So will the Phillies challenge this? That remains to be the question. They say it's 4-2. That's funny. They say it's 4-2 on the ESPN scoreboard, but on here it says 4-3. So let's see. And now they just came back to the cast. So they gave it 3 runs by the Phillies. Okay. It's 4-3. It is still 4-3. So let's see here. Okay, let me put on the closed caption here so that I can see. Segura did a really good job at cutting off the throw, and then Stott took a very wide turn at first base, and Gurriel did a good job at trying to tag him. But let's see if the run came in to score while he was out. Nope, it didn't. It did come in to score. So it's 4-3. It is 4-3. Okay. Just to get confirmation there. But he's out at first. Okay, so now we're in the top of the seventh. The Phillies trail 4-3. Garrett Cooper comes up and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The second pitch was on the outside corner for a strike as well. They didn't even show the first pitch. So Cooper's 0 for 3 on the day. Connor Brogdon on the mound for the Phillies. The 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. Only 1 run scored per MLB. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, as always, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. The 1-2 pitch to Cooper. It is up high and just a little bit outside for a ball. So Connor Brogdon out there on the bump for the Phillies. He's went 5 1/3 of an inning. He's only allowed 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch on the inside corner, called strike 3. A 96 miles per hour fastball that Garrett Cooper got rung up on. That was a big out. Whew. Man, oh man, that was huge. Absolutely incredible, man. I got to give Segura a lot of credit for making that good cutoff play. And just recognizing that Stott was taking a wide turn. Because as bad as a base running mistake as that was, good recognition by Segura. First pitch to Luis Arias was in there for a strike. The second pitch is downstairs for a ball. Arias has a double and a triple, and he also scored a run today. He's batting .513 on the season. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch. That is ripped out to left field. It's going back to the warning track, to the wall, and it lands into the garden. An opposite field home run, and now he only needs a single to get the cycle. Luis Arias goes oppo taco, and it's 5-3 Florida. Damn, dude, that one got out of there in a hurry. That was bad. That was a fastball right down Broad Street. And Arias, man, he's been seeing the ball very well. Here's Jorge Soler, another power hitter. He swings and misses at the slider that went out of the strike zone. So it's a 5-3 ball game in the top of the 7th inning. Phillies down by 2. They cut it to a 1-run deficit. The next pitch is up high and way inside for a ball. Again, in case you're new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you love my Phillies cast tonight, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button as always, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I go live or when I upload a video. Soler will foul the next pitch off. It goes behind home plate. There's 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Forgot how the out was, then I just realized it was Cooper that struck out. The 1-2 pitch, a ground ball right into the diving stop by Edmundo Sosa. He throws over to first in time. Sosa flashing the glove over at third base. He dove over towards his left side and took away a single from Jorge Soler. Ball scolded, and Sosa just got over to it, got right back up from his knees, and made a beautiful throw over to first base. That's why you got to play him over at third. So a ground out by Soler, and that'll bring up Brian De La Cruz. And he swings and misses. Took a hack at the first pitch, and it was way up high. De La Cruz is 0 for 3. He grounded out twice and also struck out. The 0-1 pitch. It is downstairs and outside. I need a sip of water. The bell is red tonight. Looks so good. 1-1 to De La Cruz and the 1-1 pitch. And it was fouled off, and now there's a ground ball over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. I had to pause in my stream. Looks like it was going foul, but it's a ground ball to shortstop, and that'll do it as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is stretch time, and you know what that means. I got to take a very quick step off. I'm going to take about 25 seconds to myself, and I will be right back. But before I do that, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you love my play-by-play commentary, trying to work our way up to 200. Subscribe. It's free. I will be right back in 30 seconds. Bum. Oh, man. Thank you. 24 in the chat, but only 14 likes. Help out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. Man, we got 24 people on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, that's so cool, man. We're growing our community. We're growing the family. We've been going at it for 4 months, and if you just subscribed, I got to give you I would totally give you a shout out if you shout out yourself. I don't know why YouTube doesn't always send me notifications as to who's subscribed. There's a way. I will try to figure that out, but shout yourself out in the comment section if you just subscribe to my channel, because I will definitely give you a shout out. 5-3, the Phillies are down in the bottom of the 7th inning. I just left the actual game. Oh, we got another one. Did you? Oh, man. Wait, hold up. How could you? How? Do you have work the next day? Because I can obviously understand that, or something like that. But they just scored 3 runs. They just scored. But hey, if you left the game just to tune into me, that means a lot, because that I appreciate. I'm sure it wasn't for that, but no, thank you for coming on here. It really means a lot. Was it crowded though at the game? Oh, you're trying to beat traffic. Okay, I totally understand that. Here comes Brandon Marsh. I'll get back to that in a sec. Marsh with the first pitch. He takes it right at the knees for a strike. So Floro comes in, Dylan Floro, that is, for Jesus Luzardo, as his evening is done. Marsh with the 0-1 pitch. He takes it outside and low for a ball. So it's a 1-1 count. The Philly fanatic out there. Everybody's stretched in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see if the Phillies can stretch out the bats here. The 1-1 pitch to Marsh. It is taken right at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. Floro, haven't gotten to his stats just yet. I will do that probably after this at-bat here. The 1-2 pitch to Marsh, and he lines that one foul, and it goes out of play towards the left field side. So Brandon Marsh, my mistake, comes into pinch hit for Jordan Pache. They went with a lefty going up against a righty. The 1-2 pitch. It looked like it was on the inside corner, but it was called a ball. Wow. Trey Turner waits on deck. Maybe that could help the Phillies out here. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch by Floro. It's in the dirt for ball 3. Hopefully that mistake by the home plate umpire can actually help out the Phillies here. That would be really nice. 8 seconds left. Well, the pitch clock will now reset here. So we're in the bottom of the 7th. The Phillies trail 5-3. Nobody out, nobody on. Brandon Marsh leads things off. Trey Turner waits on deck. It's 9-1-2 for the Phils. Floro back on the mound. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the payoff pitch. Here it is. And Marsh lines that one foul towards the third base side. It landed right over the tarp. The Fanatic trying to cheer everybody on. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Marsh. They go back at it again. Floro with the 3-2 pitch. It's in the dirt and down low for ball 4. And Marsh gets on with a leadoff walk. A pinch hit walk by Brandon Marsh. And now the tying run is coming up to the plate, and it's Trey Turner. What a game, man. Phillies have 8 hits, and they've only scored 3 runs so far. Bryson started a 2-run single back in the bottom of the 6th inning and then got caught over at first base as he took a high stride away from the bag. But the Phillies got 2, and they cut it to a 4-3 deficit, and then in the top of the 7th inning, the Marlins added on 1 more on an opposite field home run by Luis Arias. Turner is up in the batter's box. It's a 1-0 count. The throw back to first base is not in time by Floro. Floro tried to pick off Marsh, and Marsh just got back in there safely. Whew. Can't be making these mistakes. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-0 pitch, it was a high fastball, and Turner took a swing and ended up hitting Fortes, and Fortes got shaken up on the play. But he took the mask off, and he's just trying to walk it off here. So it's a 1-1 count. That was nowhere near a strike. The back end of the bat actually ended up hitting Cortez's left elbow. Ouch. So now the medical staff is going out there, and, well, everyone's going to go back to the dugout. He says, I'm fine, to Skip Schumacher and everybody else on the medical team, the training staff. 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out, and Marsh over at first. He led the inning off with a walk. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Floro winds up and delivers the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot ripped out to right field, and Soler gets underneath it to make the catch. The throw back over to first base, and Marsh just gets back in there safely. He just got back in there. Turner did it sharply, but it was right at Soler, and Marsh, thankfully it wasn't a throw that was on the line or anything because he may have been out. Here comes Kyle Schwarber now. He had a solo home run to put the Phillies on the board back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see if he can tie this game up here with 1 swing of the bat. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The first pitch is up high and outside for a ball. Phillies not going away just yet. Marsh over at first. Wonder if he's going to run. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-0 pitch to Schwarber. He lays off the sinker as it was outside for ball 2. He thought about it for a quick second and held his swing, and good job by him to do that. Castellanos waits on deck. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Floro winds up in the 2-0 pitch. It's fouled off behind home plate, and it goes into the stands. So Turner lined out to right field. We do, man. I need a Schwarbomb right now. I need a good call. I could definitely use a home run call for sure. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kyle. Marsh over at first, and the 2-1 pitch. He swings and misses at the changeup. He was fooled, and he went down on one knee as the changeup was right at the knees on the outside corner for a strike. He had to swing at it anyways and was just a little bit late. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Marsh over at first. The Phillies trail 5-3. The 2-2 pitch. It's just a little bit outside, and he takes the changeup up high as well. A full count now to Schwarber. A big pitch coming up by Floro. He's thrown 16 in this inning alone. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and now Schwarber will call for time here. Probably a good call by him to do that. Castellanos waits on deck. In the hole is Alec Bohm. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock. The payoff pitch by Floro. Well, they're going to throw back over to first base, and Marsh just gets back in there safely. So now we'll reset. Marsh may be going on this pitch here. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Floro lines up and delivers the 3-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 4. And Schwarber gets on with a walk. A great at-bat by Kyle Schwarber. And here comes JT Realmuto. Not Nick Castellanos. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So Realmuto will be coming up, and then Castellanos, was waiting in the hole. Now he's in the on-deck circle. JT representing the go-ahead run. He's 2 for 9 in his career against Dylan Floro. Skip Schumacher still is leaving him out there. JT steps into the batter's box. Runners over at first and second now. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the first pitch to JT. There's a ground ball over to shortstop. This could be 2. There's 1 at second, and there's 2 over at first. A rally-killing 6-4-3 double play. And that'll do it in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, 2 men were left, and we go to the top of the 8th. The Phillies down 5-3. First pitch, too, man. First pitch, too. If you guys are new to my channel, as always, if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary, if you want to listen to as many Phillies games as possible, I'm going to be on here for as much as I can. I also do Sixers games. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-By-Play with JJ. If you love my play-by-play commentary, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon so that way you know when I either A, go live, or when I either B, upload, or C, do both, or a combination of those things. That was crushing. That was definitely crushing. That's going in the notes. Okay. Thank you. And also, if you just subscribe to my channel, if you want to shout yourself out, be sure to do that. Because I don't always get the notifications on YouTube. I don't know how I can do that. I get some of them, like, some of the time. Like, Lord Nopies I got, right? Like, I get some of them, but... And we got 24 people on YouTube, man. That's sick. If you're also watching me on Facebook Live or on Twitter or on Twitch... be sure that you leave me a review. You can also, even for the people on YouTube, you can check out the description down below and follow me on all the social media platforms. And you can also email me, Kyle Crowthers. Kyle, thank you. I see you right there. Kyle, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. 5-3. That was such a big rally killer, man. It really was. Did I just get another one, or was that just my own 2 eyes? All right, so now we have a couple of changes. Let me get to that in just a second. So, Josh Harrison, it looks like he changed his position. Harrison was out. Okay, so Marsh is out in center field. And Harrison's still out there in left field. Okay, as of now. And Andrew Bellotti, again, is coming in, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Is that right? Is that Bellotti? It looks like it's Bellotti. You're an actual announcer. Other YouTubers and guys are just talking. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I like just calling the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for those people that, like, can't tune in or, like, can't listen in, like, I love actually like giving like actual commentary, and plus it's like a really good way for me to practice, so it benefits both of us. You know what I'm saying? The first pitch to Gurriel. It's down low and outside for a ball. And Andrew Bellotti is the person that comes in for the Phillies. His stats have been very good this season so far, and that's why Rob Thompson went to him. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a four-seam fastball at 93 miles per hour. 5 more subs. 5 more till we reach 200, man. That would be really cool if we reach 200 and the Phillies come back to win. Can you imagine that? Maybe I'm asking for too much. The 1-1 pitch, that's grounded over to third base, and it's just foul. The throw over to second base to try to get Gurriel is not in time. They signaled it was a fair ball. Man, it's like so hard to tell. The ump wasn't. The ump was a foul ball. Is it fair? I don't know. The ump signaled it was a fair ball, but it didn't get past the third base. It didn't get past the third base bag, but they won't challenge it, so they're gonna rule it as a double, just like that. Wow. All right, so here's Gene Segura. Segura batting in the 7th spot, so Gurriel gets on with a double here to start off the 8th inning, and Segura will slice it foul towards the first base side. And it goes into the dugout. So Segura is 2 for 3 on the day. He still does not have an RBI this season. And now Bellotti has a runner in scoring position. Yuli Gurriel has been hitting the ball very well against the Phillies in this series. The 0-1 pitch to Segura. Swing and a miss on a slider that tailed out of the zone. That was beautiful. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bellotti has been cruising along throughout this entire season. "15 seconds left now on the pitch clock for this pitch here. Bellotti gets set. Looks back at second base. Kicks, deals, and that pitch was just fouled off by Segura. Man alive. He just got a piece of it. It was down low and outside, and Segura was very late on the pitch. He just got the end of the bat on it. I always say to people, don't call me late, or you can call me anything, but don't call me late to dinner, and that's what Gene Segura just did. The 0-2 pitch is down low and outside for a ball. 25 likes? Oh my gosh. That's sick. Fortes waits on deck. Gurriel is over at second base. There's nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock to Segura. Bellotti looks back at second base, and the 1-2 pitch to Segura. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And there's Bellotti's first strikeout on the day. It was an inside slider, and Segura could not catch up to it. Good job by JT to also hold on to that thing. And Segura is retired for the second time today. Nick Fortes comes up. He had an RBI single back in the 6th. He's behind the plate today for Jacob Stallings. 1 out and a runner still over at second base. There's a line drive that gets caught by Stott. It was a little looper that was just poked in. Nice catch by Stott to get the second out of the inning. How about Houston tied 4-4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates? The Pirates have been playing really good baseball. Like low-key. Brian Reynolds, they have a lot of really good young talent too. And McCutcheon's back there. That's really cool. O'Neill? Cruz? All righty, here comes John Birdie. So there's 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. The Phillies trail 5-3. Gurriel over at second. Bellotti looks back at him. The first pitch to Birdie is taken at the knees for a strike. Oof. Birdie had a solo home run, and he also walked. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bilotti with the 11th pitch in this inning coming up. And it's way outside for a ball. 95 miles per hour he touched. Up next would be Jazz Chisholm, who's 1 for 4 on the day. He got out with the bases loaded his last time up. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock again. Gurriel takes a big lead off at second base. Bilotti looks. The 1-1 pitch. And it's laid off by Birdie as it was outside and low. A slider coming in at 86 miles per hour on the gun. Huascar Brazoban is warming up in the bullpen for Miami. If I have any Miami fans, please correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. Please, by all means. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. On the 2-1 pitch, there's a line drive back into center field. It drops in for a base hit. Marsh fields it cleanly. The throw over to second base will be cut off, and there's another RBI single as coming in to score is Yuli Gurriel. So Birdie, who didn't even have a home run or an RBI coming into today, had a solo home run back in the third, and now delivers on an RBI single back up the middle. So that's his second RBI on the day. So that makes it a 6-3 game. The Phillies, they cut their way back as they ended up scoring a couple of runs in the previous inning, or in 2 innings ago, and they could not get anybody home in the last one. They had their chances, but Miami now taking advantage of it. It's 6-3 Miami. The first pitch to Chisholm is outside and high for a ball. A four-seam fastball at 94 miles per hour. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bilotti looks back over at first base. That's the first earned run that he's allowed this season. Throw back to first is not in time to get Birdie. Birdie can steal. He did swipe at least 25 bases last season. He has been known for his speed, along with Trey Turner, and this guy up at the plate, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bilotti looks at the plate, and the next pitch. That's taken down low for a strike. The throw back over to second base is not in time, and it goes into the outfield, but not too far enough. And Marsh just gets over to it, and John Birdie gets another stolen base on the season. That'll put him in scoring position. Just what the doctor did not mean to order for the Phils. And the throw wasn't such a good throw by JT. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. The 1-1 pitch coming up in just a few moments. Here it is. It's downstairs and in the dirt for a ball. Chisholm decides to lay it off. Birdie was base stealing leader last year. He was. Yep. I'm happy that you mentioned that. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chisholm. And he takes the next pitch below the knees for a ball. Let's see. The throw was... I mean, JT... He's been really throwing the ball very well, but Stott just missed that. Again, it wasn't the best throw by JT, but the fact that he was... Stott just had to try to backhand it with the glove, and he just was out of reach. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and lucky for the Phillies, because that would have easily been ball 4. And Chisholm Jr. had a guessing swing, and he went fishing after it. It was in the dirt. A slow pitch, too. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. The 3-2 pitch to Chisholm. He'll rip that one high and deep to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the scoreboard. Birdie comes in to score. Chisholm Jr. rounded second. The throw over to shortstop. It's cut off, and Chisholm Jr. slides into third base with an RBI triple. That makes it a 7-3 ball game. And now if you're Rob Thompson, you might want to get somebody else warming up in the bullpen. I don't even know if anyone is warming up. They haven't even signaled to the bullpen yet. So the Phillies tried to cut the lead, and, well, it's now back to a 4-run lead by Miami. Chisholm Jr. can certainly fly. They have a lot of guys that just have a lot of speed on this team. It's 7-3, Chisholm Jr. at third. The Phillies down by 4. And we have a pinch hitter coming up. And it's a swing and a miss. Get you the hitter in just a couple of seconds. It's Jesus Sanchez. No balls, 1 strike to Jesus. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-1 pitch is up high for a ball. Oh, Pittsburgh walked it off? A 3-run home run? Who walked it off? Oh, man, that's so cool. I get happy when people beat Houston. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next pitch is up high and outside for ball 2. So Bilotti has 22 pitches in this inning. He has allowed 3 earned runs. And has not been himself, to say the least. The 2-1 pitch coming up by Bilotti here. It's on the outside corner, and it's called a strike. It's been a long game so far. And we're only in the top of the 8th inning. This feels like a baseball game. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bilotti getting ready to throw the 2-2 pitch. Chisholm Jr. over at third. He got on with an RBI triple. The 2-2 pitch. It's down low and outside for ball 3. And that'll make it a full count again, this time to Sanchez. And Luis Arias, it doesn't get any easier if this guy gets on because Arias just needs a single to get the cycle. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The payoff pitch by Bilotti. It's just outside for ball 4. And that'll put runners at the corners. And now the 7th man to come up to the plate, which will be Luis Arias. Well, he is making his way to the batter's box. And Bilotti is still going to stay out there. I don't think anybody's warming up in the bullpen because they haven't signaled to anybody yet. And now time is called, and Caleb Cotham is going out there. Wow. Got to give the fans a lot of credit, though, because they've been staying. I mean, you do see, obviously, some people starting to file out, but there's a very good crowd here because they believe in this team. That was good. I needed that sip of water, man. If you guys are new to my channel, this is a good time for me to tell you guys. Be sure you like, be sure you subscribe. If you're watching me on Facebook Live or on any of the other platforms, make sure you follow me on all my social medias. The links are in the description down below. If you enjoy my Phillies content, if you also really love Sixers basketball, Patriots football, we have a lot of good stuff coming up. So, playoffs, man. Excited about Saturday afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I know that we have a lot of people on here, so just had to be sure to tell you guys about this channel. Here comes Arias. Everybody went back to their spots. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the first pitch is way outside for a ball. And by outside, I meant to say way inside. J.J. Juanby. G. Juanby. That's who hit the walk-off. Cool. Thought it said JJ for a second. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. Runners at the corners. And the next pitch is down low again for a ball. Arias had an opposite field home run. He also had a triple and a double in this game. Kimbrel is now warming up in the bullpen. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And Bilotti's behind in the count, 2-0 here. Bilotti winds up and delivers the next pitch. He gets the friendly call as it was just a little bit outside according to StatCast, but it's a 2-1 count now. Maybe James Hoy will try to help the Phillies out here behind the plate. Marlins are the only MLB team to never have a player hit for the cycle. That could change here. The 2-1 pitch. There's a line drive out to left field, and that's going to do it. An RBI single by Luis Arias. And he gets himself the cycle. And everyone in the Marlins dugout is standing up and cheering for him. So Arias does it. An opposite field RBI single. Coming in to score, forgot to also mention, was Birdie. And now, actually it was Chisholm Jr., my bad. So now it's an 8-3 game. Still 2 outs in the top of the 8th. And now the Phillies have to make a decision here. They're still going to keep Bilotti out there. He'll face Soler. I guess this will probably be his last batter. First pitch is down low and over the middle of the plate. The center of the plate, I should say, for a ball. So Arias does it, and he gets himself the cycle. He's the first Marlin to do that. How about that? 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the third base side, and it will hit the tarp. Man, it seems like this inning is never going to end. We were cruising along throughout the first 4 innings or so, and I honestly forgot that Nola pitched today. 1 ball, 1 strike to Soler, and he swings and misses at the slider. Phillies down by 5. They have to get out of this inning. Can they do so? 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Arias over at first base. He just got the cycle. The first player in Marlins history to do that. The 1-2 pitch to Soler is up high for a ball. After this inning, I need to take a quick break just to stretch and to drink some water. So I will do that. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock to Soler here. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. But the damage is done. We do go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4 more runs were scored by the Marlins, and they now lead it 8-3. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Phils. They finally got out of it. I will be right back. Thank you for the subscription, by the way. If you're new to my channel, as always, be sure you like, be sure you subscribe. Shout yourself out if you just subscribed to my channel. Seriously, I really, really, really appreciate it. Trying to hit the 200 mark tonight. That'd be really freaking awesome. Okay, here we go. All right, bottom of the 8th inning. Do the Phillies have some magic in them? Don't know. But they're down to their last 6 outs. That's what I do know. That is what I do know. They will also be back at it tomorrow afternoon. So if they lose tonight, they will try to take the series tomorrow. I will be back on there for that game. It'll be a 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. If I'm not mistaken, I am filming a game in the morning, but I will be back in time. This is unacceptable. But again, the pitching is one thing. There's still 6 outs left. So I can be frustrated right now deep down as a fan, which I'm not letting that get to me because I can't do that. But first of all, congrats to Arias for getting the cycle. That's good for him. That's cool. Phillies trail 8-3. They haven't led this game at all whatsoever. Nicky C's coming up, and he takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Huascar Brazoban comes into the ball game. He has pitched in 6 1/3 of an inning, has only allowed 10 hits this season, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball over to shortstop. Birdie Fields on the hop, throws over to first in plenty of time for the first out. And the Phillies are down to their final 5 outs, and Castellanos is actually retired for the very first time tonight. Oof. 2 pitches and 1 out by Brazoban. He did not pitch in yesterday's outing. It was really only 2 pitchers that went yesterday for the Marlins were Sandy Alcantara and, now I already forget who it was. I thought I wrote it down, but I did not. Here's Alec Bohm, and he'll take the first pitch down low for a ball. Man, this is actually going to eat me alive now. Who was the guy that came into relief yesterday? I have it right over here. Smeltzer. The 1-0 pitch. There's a little dribbler over to third base. Segura's going to eat it up, and there's an infield single by Alec Bohm. That's one way to get yourself on. 1 out and a runner over at first. Bohm gets aboard. Didn't even get to introduce him. So there's Phillies trail 8-3. Bohm did a good job at hustling down the base paths. And there's still Phillies still down by 5 runs, 5 outs left. Josh Harrison comes up. He's 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a run scored. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the first pitch is taken at the knees for a strike. A cutter at 87 miles per hour. 15 seconds are left on the pitch clock. Harrison steps back into the batter's box. The 0-1 pitch. A ground ball over to third base, but it's just foul. And Dusty Wathan is actually able to get to the baseball and just throws it over to a fan. Wathan, the third base coach for the Phils, and the first base coach, Paco Figueroa. The 0-2 pitch to Harrison. He stays alive. It was a defensive swing as it was coming right towards him. But still an 0-2 count. On deck is Edmundo Sosa. In the hole is Bryson Stott. Bohm got on with an infield single. The 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. So Harrison takes it all the way. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Phillies. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch. It's way inside. Almost caught the jersey of Josh Harrison. We know that they can score runs at any given moment. Do they have a little bit of fight to put up some here? They've left a lot of runners on base. The 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball towards the third base side. It goes to the dugout. Bottom of the 8th inning. The Phillies down 8-3. Brazoban still on the bump for the Marlins. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch. It is just up high. Good eye by Josh Harrison. A 97-mile-per-hour fastball over the center of the plate, but a tad bit high. Not by much. Here comes the payoff pitch by Brazoban. Here it is, the 3-2 pitch, and he just got a piece of it. Harrison fouled it back and hit a little dribbler, or had an excuse me type of a hit, and it was fouled. Harrison spent a lot of time with the Pittsburgh Pirates in his early years. Had some good seasons with them. The payoff pitch to Harrison. Up high and inside for ball 4. And he'll get on with a 1-out walk. And Bohm goes to second base. So again, the Phillies have more base runners, but can they execute here? JT Realmuto grounded into a double play to end the 7th inning. Stott had a 2-run single, but then was out as he tried to he overran the bag and was out on a throw by Gene Segura to end the inning. And here's Sosa. Sosa swings and misses at the off-speed pitch. Was in the dirt. And it's a strike. Sosa 0 for 2 on the day. He got hit by a pitch back in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch. Way outside for a ball. Give the Phillies, though, a lot of credit because they have not been going away. There's always a chance. 1 out. And the 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit up high. A 96-mile-per-hour sinker. That did not catch the plaque. The 2-1 pitch to Sosa. Swing and a miss. On the fastball that was probably going to be called a strike anyways. So it was on the upper third of the plate. Runners may be off here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sosa. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout recorded to get the second out of the inning by Brazoban. Sosa goes down swinging at the off-speed pitch. And there's 2 outs. So Bryson Stott comes up now. Can he at least cut the lead in half here? 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The first pitch, he takes it right at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike. Stott is 2 for 3. He's singled twice, and he also has 2 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch. A changeup that just catches the outside corner for a called strike 2. Brazoban gave up a walk and an infield single. Bohm got the infield single. He's at second, and the walk to Harrison. He's over at first. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Stott goes down swinging, and that'll do it in the bottom of the 8th. So the Phillies leave 2 more men on base, and we go to the top of the 9th. They're down 8-3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Wow. Oof. Whole lot to talk about for this game. After scoring 15 runs, and again, it's not over. Still isn't over. But, man, Rob Thompson again was asleep at the wheel. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But if you do enjoy my play-by-play commentary, as always, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. You guys want to hear a story? One second. So when I was how old was I? I was like 10 years old. I was at the Phillies game, right? Baseball was like how I fell in love with sports. Like baseball will always be my first love. And so I was at the NLCS game. I think it was game 5. I don't know why I'm having a hard time recalling it, but I went to the game with my dad. And this was like going to these games were like the best days of my life besides my bar mitzvah. I had so much fun at those games. I was so happy. But I was sitting over towards the left field foul line with my dad. We had really awesome seats in the NLCS of the 2008 season. And the person from the grounds crew who was making the fair foul line needed some help. And I got to go on the field and I got to help him. And like when I stepped onto that field for the first time, that was like I was in my zone, man. That was so nice. I remember my dad lifted me up too, like when the Phillies walked it off that game because they faced Jonathan Broxton and they came back to win. Those were great memories. And I'll always remember that. Ugh. But now we got to go back to the present. The past was fun, but the present, maybe not so much for Phillies fans. Here's Craig Kimbrell as he comes into the ball game to pitch the top of the 9th inning. Rises. Yeah, he is. What's up, Julian? Thank you so much for coming on here, man. The 1-0 pitch is way outside for ball 2 to De La Cruz, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Excuse me. Marlins have put up 8 runs. Phillies have only put up 3. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. If Cruz would have just taken that pitch, I mean, maybe he would have been maybe it would be a 3-0 count. But regardless, it's a 2-1 count now. Kimbrell gets the signs and winds up in the next pitch. It's called strike 2. It looked like it was just below the knees. Kimbrell played for the Braves for quite some time. Was a dominant closer with them back in the day. The 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did De La Cruz go? They appeal, no swing. Wow. That was a breaking pitch that was in the dirt, and I thought for sure that he went around. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 3-2 pitch by Kimbrell. It's downstairs and outside for ball 4. A leadoff walk by De La Cruz. After 8 men came up to the plate in the top of the 8th inning, we got another leadoff Marlin that gets on base. Here's Yuli Gurriel. A single, a double, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. That's quite a stat line for him today. He's raised his batting average to 400. The former Astro steps into the batter's box. And the first pitch, he takes it at the knees, a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. And he lays it off. Oof. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back towards the home plate net. It reached 96 on the gun. Again. Gurriel getting his 5th at-bat today. I gotta tell you, when he's feeling it, he's feeling it at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a high fastball that was way out of the strike zone. So a walk issued to De La Cruz, and Gurriel strikes out from Craig Kimbrell as we started off the 9th inning. Here comes Gene Segura. And the first pitch is taken over the middle of the plate for a strike. We still have not reached the 3-hour mark yet. It feels like we have. De La Cruz takes a lead off at first, and the next pitch is swung on and missed on an off-speed pitch that was way outside and low, to say the least. Fortes waits in the on-deck circle. Starting off this game was Aaron Nola. Time is called. Jesus Luzardo pitched really well and then just gave up those couple of runs in that 6th inning. But other than that, he was lights out. Nola on the other end, not so much. The 0-2 pitch. There's a line drive over to first base. Hop feels it, or Bohm feels it on the hop. The throw over to second. There's one. The throw back to first is in time for a 3-6-3 double play. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Phils. 9-1-2 coming up. They're down by 5. A 3-6-3 double play. Huh. All right. Ooh. How many people we still got on here? On the YouTube side, just out of curiosity. 16. Nice. Cool stuff. Oh, boy. Again, if you guys are new to my channel, if you're tuning in, not just on YouTube, but on Facebook Live, on any of the other platforms that I have out there, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, be sure to hit the bell icon so that way you know when I upload or go live. We were going to go on to do a Flyers cast at 11 o'clock tonight. I do have to eat some dinner, but I might be a little bit late to that. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. First of all, we got to get through this game. We need to start hitting. You tell them. You tell them that. Now's the time, man. We need to start hitting. I agree. It's one of the reasons why we're losing. And the bullpen has not, yeah. Again. It's funny how, like, one day you feel great about this team, and then the next day it's like it goes back. It's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. You know? But again, they have another inning left, and it's not over till the final out's recorded. Are they still keeping this guy in there? Or is this a different guy now? All right, Brandon Marsh will lead off the bottom of the 9th. And the first pitch, Marsh takes it down low for a ball. So Brazoban is still out there on the bump for the Marlins. Threw 21 pitches in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch was down low. The next pitch is lined out to right field for a base hit, and Marsh gets himself a single. Again, the problem hasn't been getting base runners. It's been scoring the runs for the Phillies. They have really been not doing such a good job in that department. So Marsh gets on with a single. And now here comes Trey Turner. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Flied out twice, popped out, and lined out. The first pitch to Trey. It's way inside for a ball. One at bat at a time. Turner is flied out twice. He also lined out and popped out. The 1-0 pitch. He skies it out to center field. Chisholm Jr. gets underneath it and makes the catch for the first out. So there's one away to start off the bottom of the 9th. Marsh is still over at first base, though. And Turner's now 0 for 5. Kyle Schwarber comes up. He hit a home run and he also walked. Walked in his last plate appearance. 1 for 3 on the evening so far. Brazoban with the first pitch. It's taken down low and in the dirt for a ball. "26 pitches for Brazoban, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The Phillies trail 8-3. The 1-0 pitch to Schwarber. Schwarber lines that one out to left field, and it just hooks foul. The fan that just got the ball, and he was like, look at what I got. Look at what I got, honey. He was showing it to his wife. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or to his girlfriend. Or his partner. The 1-1 pitch to Schwarber. He takes it at the knees, a 96-mile-per-hour fastball for a called strike. 28 pitches for Brazoban in 1 1/3 of an inning so far. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch to Schwarber. Schwarber gets called out on strikes. It was a cutter that came back, and it looked like it was maybe a little bit low, but he gets called out on it. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today. And that'll leave things up to JT Realmuto. He is 0 for 4, had 2 ground outs, including a double play. The first pitch is down low for a ball. 1 home run for him, 2 RBI on the season. Brazoban winds up in the 1-0 pitch. A line drive out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the NovaCare sign. Marsh rounding third. He's coming in to score. The throw gets cut off by Birdie. And an RBI double by JT Realmuto. We play on. Good piece of hitting by JT. And finally, the Phillies get a run in since that 6th inning. Marsh getting some high fives here. The Phillies not done yet. Can they get a couple more guys on here? Good base running by Marsh. Here's Nick Castellanos. Realmuto over at second base. The first pitch to Nicky C. He swings and misses at the changeup. That was low and inside. So Castellanos has singled twice. He's scored a run, and he's walked as well. No balls, 1 strike. Brazoban in the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled off to the right field side. It goes out of play, and the Phillies are down to their final strike. San Diego leads the Mets 4-1 in the top of the 9th inning. And the Phillies are down 8-4. The 0-2 pitch to Castellanos. He takes it outside and low for a ball. It was a cutter. On deck is Alec Bohm. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch. It's laid off again as it was outside and low on another cutter. Phillies have had 10 hits, but have only manufactured 4 runs so far. The 2-2 pitch. It's laid off. Good take by Castellanos on a changeup. What was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Castellanos. Phillies still down to their final strike. Brazoban lines up and delivers the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Castellanos goes down swinging. Good night, Philadelphia, as they lose by a final score of 8-4. Brazoban comes in and pitches 2 innings in relief and is able to help Jesus Lazaro get another win this season. Luis Arias, the player of the game, he becomes the first Marlins hitter to hit for the cycle. He had a single, a double, triple, and a home run, including an opposite field home run. And well, the Phillies, after putting up 15 runs in the first game, they lose by a final score of 8-4 as they left at least 10 runners on base. So that's going to wrap things up here. I'm going to be back a little bit later tonight for a Flyers cast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, make sure, I just saw we got another subscriber. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Give yourself a shout out if you just subscribed to my channel. I don't think I got a notification about that just yet. I really, really, really appreciate it. We'll be back on tomorrow afternoon for the finale of this Phillies Marlins series. And, yeah, man, we're also going to be doing the Sixers game on Saturday. We'll be back on here on Thursday as well for the opening game against Cincinnati. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do Friday yet because I think I might need a day off because I've been doing this for a little bit and I'm still getting used to this. Great game calling, JJ. Thank you for making it enjoyable. I appreciate it. Thanks for the stream. Next time, remember that I like it better when the Phillies win. I think we all do. Listen, okay, I will say one thing here. Rob Thompson, again, was asleep at the wheel tonight. I wasn't a big fan of the lineup coming out today, but there's always a chance to go back at it tomorrow and just win the series. As long as you win the series tomorrow, I can live with it. You know? I wanted them to take 5 out of 6. That was the goal, but 4 out of 6 is better than 3 out of 6. That's not good. Alrighty, thank you all so much. Lila Tov, everybody. It means good night in Hebrew. I'm going to start saying that a little bit more. Until tomorrow, 3 more subscribers to 200. I know, man. I know, man. It's so sick. Thanks for coming on here, Mitch. I appreciate it. Alrighty, we're going to sign off for now. We're going to go get some dinner. We'll be back on for a Flyers cast a little bit later. But I will see you all tomorrow afternoon. All right, peace out. Have a good one.